going to tell you guys, there's a special attorney on Ahmed Jackson. Is that your only jailer?
No,
Kind of ticked off. I told that prosecutor, she goes, when do they do the jailers? I go, when the jailers arrive, it can be 8:30, it can be 10:30. We're at their mercy, you know? And she said, she goes, well, what time does court start? And I said, 8:30. And she goes, do they get going then? I said, yes. And she goes, okay, I'll zoom in at 9. Like, I don't get that. That didn't even make sense. But you know what? I can't control everybody. It's my new thing, you know?
Lego.
I'm less than 4 years from retirement, maybe 3 or 2, maybe next year if it gets bad. And I just think, you know, I've learned to let go. If they don't like me, if you don't like me, I don't care anymore. I just come in, I'm going to do the best I can and move on.
There are 3 jailers. There's Brown, Jackson, and Molman, and none of them look like they are yours.
Okay, well, I'm sure Darian is on or will be shortly. She's really good.
I don't see her right now. There's 3 in our waiting room. One of them is the jail.
I'll cover for Darian. She asked me to cover for her while she was away, but I can't remember what week it was, or 2
Next
weeks.
week.
It's next week?
It's next week and the week after, I think.
Oh, okay. But I'll cover for her if she's not.
Judge, I'm bringing Attorney Resnick in, and his client is here also.
Good morning.
Good morning. Give me 1 second. Marianne, this is 210149FB. Oops, hold on. This is State of Michigan versus Kevin Literal.
Yes, Your Honor.
Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Barry Resnick appearing on behalf of Mr. Literal.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Today is the day and time set for probable cause conference in this matter. What are we doing this morning?
Your Honor, I've just been recently retained in this matter. I understand that my office, I am out of town. I'm not returning back until next week. But my office informed me that we have some discovery that needs to be downloaded and I can't receive it here. And I need time to review it with him. So I'm asking if we could have a 3-week adjournment of the probable cause conference.
3 weeks puts us at 4/28/2021.
Yes.
Adjourn I'm sorry, any objection, Ms. Gillis?
No, but I just want your email just in case if you want to, and I'm going to give you, I can go into the chat room. I'm going to give you my phone number too.
Okay, what is it?
Hold on. Here, I'll put it in the chat thing.
All right, as assuming I know how to get in there, but
No, it's just down look at the bottom of your screen where it says chat, press that icon and it will show you to the right. I just sent you a direct message. Do you see that?
I got it. And then just I'll give you a call. Okay.
What's your email though right now? I'm going to check to see what discovery you have later on.
All right, it's BAR Corvette. So it's BARCORVETTE. It shows you my age at hotmail.com.
Do you have a Corvette? We must ask.
Yes, I do.
The question, Ms. Gillis, wasn't does he have one? The question is what color is it?
Yeah, that's true, Judge.
It is a black Corvette and it is a 2003.
On that note, the adjourned PCC date at defendant's request will be April 28, 2021 at 8:45 a.m. That PCC will be with Judge Oakley. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Resnick?
Yes, there's one other thing. Defendant is on an alcohol tether and a GPS tether. I would ask if the court would consider removing the GPS tether. I see no need for a GPS tether along with an alcohol tether. He's not a flight risk and it isn't interfering with some of his work.
Ms. Gillis?
Let me look at this. He had he had some other, hold on a second. I'm trying to see what is. It appears that other than there was a misdemeanor or a domestic violence third offense, domestic violence and alcohol seems to be this problem. So I'd say alcohol tether would be good. Sounds like those two things go hand in hand.
Your
So
objection?
I'm not objecting to alcohol tether only, I think. I think it's redundant to do both.
Correct. That's all we're asking. We're not asking for the alcohol tether removed, just see a GPS tether.
Just alcohol tether, remove the GPS tether?
Yes.
Yes.
With no objection, people? Okay. I'll make a note in the file that the bond condition is going to be amended to remove the GPS tether. And the civil attorney, the criminal attorney will, the criminal clerk will take care of it when the file gets processed. Anything else, Mr. Resnick?
No, so they'll send an order to the tether company and I'll get a copy of it so we could take it there to get it removed. Is
I
that how
don't
it
know
works?
how Heather does it, but I know she works her magic and things get fixed.
Great. Appreciate
It's
it.
good.
Judge.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you much. Everyone have a good day.
All right, stay safe.
Judge, do you want me to bring in Wayne County?
Yes, please. And Attorney Robinson. Good morning, Ms. Robinson.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You have the 3 jailers with us this morning and Wayne County is on.
Oh, good. Yes.
You need to speak to any of them?
No, I've talked to everybody.
Wonderful. Are we,
So in all of these, I think there's one that I have discovery in, and that would be Mr., hang on one second, I believe Mr. Molman. The other ones, I don't have discovery. I'm gonna need exam dates for all of them.
I have one with Miss Robinson, and that's Mr. Brown, and it was indicated at the time of the last PCC that you had paper.
Yeah,
I believe, if I may just have 1 second.
okay.
well, the jail is connecting now. Let's see who they have first. And we'll get that case called.
Mr.
You do
Brown.
have Brown? Okay.
Brown,
This is
okay.
210148 FY, State of Michigan versus Wayne Nino Brown.
I need about 1 minute though.
Yes, thank you.
Good
Miss-
morning, Your Honor. Darian Fortier on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Judge Brandy Robinson of the Neighborhood Defender Service, P66895 on behalf of Mr. Brown. I stand corrected.
Sorry, I know we don't have Mr. Brown right now, but we were briefly talking off the record about discovery, and Miss Robinson did indicate at the last PCC that she had paper, and I sent the evidence.com link to Miss Robinson's direct email on March 26th.
And I do have that now that I look at my notes. So she is correct. We're all set. We just need an exam date.
Live date or Zoom?
Yes, live, please.
Mary Ann,
Yes.
live date? Why are you running in here? You could just say it. I don't want to put anything else on that. Thank you. June?
Ooh.
Fridays? What do Fridays look like? Or, is that current?
Judge, I'm gonna be really honest, Fridays are really difficult for me because I'm usually already with you guys 3 days a week, and that's one of my only office days.
Go ahead. What were you looking at in June?
Judge, if it'll be a date as late as June, for Mr. Brown's sake, I think we'll take a Zoom exam date. But I need to confer, I'll just need to get his permission for that when he comes on.
Unless you want to put in the homicide.
Homicide. Well, I think there were 8 witnesses on the 26th. I think is what she said. April 26th, I think it's the problem. And there's nothing in May.
Judge, I don't know if this helps you, but I'm already with you on the 3rd in the afternoon, if Miss Robinson can do that.
May 3rd.
May 3rd.
Yes, we just set Halliburton on that date.
I see Ms. Robinson checking her calendar. Good morning, sir, at the jail. Your name, please. No, I don't want that stuff. Absolutely not. Don't be ridiculous.
Wayne Brown,
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
yes.
Your attorney and the prosecutor and I are just discussing an exam date.
So Judge, I am available on the afternoon of the 3rd in person. What would be the soonest Zoom date that the court could offer?
That frees us up differently.
Say it again, Judge.
My secretary is in another room. She's looking at the calendar to see, because we don't have the same limits. We don't have the same limitations if we're on Zoom.
Okay,
Judge, I would note that I leave for vacation on Thursday, and then I'm in a 2-week training, so I understand Mr. Brown is in.
After the 12th, you're gone for the rest of the month.
I have my, we could do it. I'm not sure who my misdemeanor person is on the 27th, but I could do the 27th.
okay, Judge, can I just go into a quick breakout room if that works for your court, and then I can check with him?
Yes, she's running back here with the calendar, but she's gonna go into a break. She's gonna put you, Darian is with Judge Oakley on the 3rd. Oh, that answered that question. Marianne's gonna put you and your client into a breakout room, and we'll figure something out while you're gone. We'll try to figure something out.
Thank you very much.
I'm
Thank
with
you.
Judge Oakley on the 3rd of May.
That's the note I just received from Heather. I have a magic chat from Heather. So she says, yes, you're Judge Oakley on the 3rd.
Until 1:30, because I'm with you at 2.
Are you laughing at me? No respect. I feel like Rodney Dangerfield, I swear.
Judge, I'm going to bring some of these people in and see who they are.
Thank you.
Yep. The person that has 1 + 6, can you hear me?
Yes,
What is your name, please?
James Stubbs.
And what time are you supposed to be here?
9 a.m.
Judge, that's your civil case?
Okay, I haven't seen anybody here from Pallett's office.
Sir, I'm going to put you in the waiting room and we will pull you out when the other parties have come in, okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
And he's actually with, I think he's on with Judge Green for landlord tenant, so he might not be in our waiting room as of yet.
Okay, Judge, we are.
So the live would be on May 3rd in the afternoon. The Zoom would be on a date that you and Ms. Fortier could agree to. We can accommodate you easier with a Zoom date. So if you, Ms. Robinson, tell me how you wish to proceed.
We would prefer a Zoom date.
A Zoom date, Mary Ann, the afternoon that we have free, that we can coordinate with council. Thank you.
27th.
The 27th would be fine for me.
If it's later in the day, I do have a misdemeanor docket that day. I'm not sure who it's with.
Zoom exam on April the 27th. April the 27th, 2021. You said in the afternoon.
Yes, Judge, I'm not sure who my misdemeanor docket is with on that day. So I just would need to, be able to finish that.
Later in the afternoon would also be better for me. So maybe if we aimed for somewhere around 3, if that would work.
How many witnesses would you anticipate, Ms. Fortier?
Just one, Judge, I believe.
We can do that. We can do a Zoom exam for Mr. Brown on 4/27 at 3 p.m. That means that your discovery issues have been resolved or addressed?
I do have complete discovery, Judge.
We will see you back for Zoom exam on 4/27/2021 at 3 p.m.
Thank you very much.
Anything else as relates to Mr. Brown? Ms. Robinson?
Not at this time.
Anything else, Ms. Fortier?
Nothing from the people, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. We're all set with Mr. Brown. Thank you, Jill. Good morning, Ms. Young.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Mary Ann, who is ever ready. Oh, Jackson.
The person with the name iPhone, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
The judge here?
Sir, what is your name, please?
Marquise Anderson.
Thank you.
This is 210255 FY State of Michigan versus Ahmed Jackson.
Okay, not me. Sorry.
No, you're fine, sir, but just not for right now.
Thank you.
Have you, oh, Mary Ann, that's another special. I don't see that. Simona. Yeah, Mary Ann, I don't know who that is, who that prosecutor is.
Or Anderson? Is that who you?
For Ahmed Jackson, it's Nita Simona.
Oh, correct. Yes. Yep. I don't see that person here yet.
Darian has another one. I'm sorry, Ms.
She-
Fortier has another one.
Nita Simona just texted me and said she's wrapping under a Zoom matter and will log in as soon as done. Please let court know if they should ask.
Thank you, Ms. Gillis.
Ms.
I don't know
Robinson,
what to say.
you're on phone, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Should we move on to Molman? There, thank you.
And then Judge, I do believe I have a misdemeanor bond violation. I think that's what Mr. Jadala is here on. I think Heather stuck it on here for me.
It is on, and I saw it handwritten in at 10:45.
Oh, okay.
That's correct, Judge.
Ms. Gillis, did she give you any idea how long she would be?
You know what? I don't know what to tell you, Judge. I
That's okay.
told her you were an 8:30 judge, and I said jailers, when they come, they come. If it's 8:30 or it's 10:30, you stop everything and do jailers, because we can't lose
No.
the jail.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I know that our basket this morning is heavy and, okay,
Judge, I do have Marquise Anderson. He's here. I believe that may be a Ms. Gillis case. Maybe we could knock that one out. Wow.
thank you, yes, let's see.
Oh, I'm ready on that.
This is 210153 FY State of Michigan versus Marquise Anderson Dinwiddie.
Jane
Appearances,
Gillis. Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Randy Robinson of the Neighborhood Defender Service. My P number is 66895. I'm here on behalf of Marquise Anderson, and he is present by Zoom.
I just saw him too. Is he still in?
I see him there. Mr.
I am still
Anderson,
in.
can you turn on your camera?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. This matter is scheduled for PCC this morning. What are we doing?
Judge, I do have all of the discovery. We would just need a live exam date.
And that live exam date would go out to Marianne, a Wednesday live date. May 19th. At what time? At 2:30?
That would work for me. Mr. Anderson, do you see any conflicts with that date? May 19th at 2 p.m.?
2:30.
May 19th.
Did you say
2 p.m.,
2:30 or
2:30?
2:30?
2:30?
Yes, sir.
May 18th?
Yeah,
Put it
19th.
on my calendar, ma'am.
May 19th
19th,
at 2:30.
May 19th, 2:30. Got it.
May 19th at 2:30. That discovery is complete. Bond continues. Anything else, Ms. Robinson?
No, not at this time, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
No, thank you.
We're all set. Mr. Anderson, you have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. Ms. Robinson, do you have anything else other than the two jailers?
I do. I actually have, let's see,
The
James.
9:15.
Yep, I have James Taluchik. I have, let's see, I've got Ronald Moman, Ahmed Jackson, Mr. Anderson, Wayne Brown.
I see. I'm looking down our list and I'm looking at our waiting room to see if any of them are staged there.
I'll try to get Mr. Taluchik on the line. And there's also a Ramal Rodriguez that I have.
I see that they're not in our waiting room as of yet.
Okay, I'll try. Okay, he's getting, I'll try to get one of them on.
Thank you. I was gonna say, if you want to bring them in and check, I'll stop talking.
Ma'am, with the name of Jennifer, what is your name, please?
First name is Jennifer, last name is Cox, C-O-X.
Thank you. That's your other civil judge.
I haven't seen Pallett's office as of yet.
Okay.
These
Ma'am,
are scheduled at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to put you in the waiting room and wait for the other parties to appear.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
Sir, with the hat, your name is William. Can you, oh, he's gone. Oh, sir, can you hear me with the Detroit hat?
Sir with the red t-shirt.
Ma'am, with the name of Brianna, can you hear me? Ma'am, can you hear me?
1 second.
Hello,
Hi, sir. What is your name?
Brandon McNutt. Sorry, it's my girlfriend's. Here.
You're here for 9:15. Okay.
Here for an arraignment.
Yep.
Is everybody checked in now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. McNutt, can you take the cap off for me, please? Mr. McNutt?
I think so.
Thank you. This is 0S378080 A and B, State of Michigan versus Brandon McNutt. This matter is scheduled for arraignment pre-trial. There is alleged that on September 1st, 2020, he drove a commercial vehicle without obtaining a commercial driver's license. It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and fines of $500 plus up to $500 plus court costs. On that same day, there was also a civil infraction of no driver's medical certificate. And this is the day and time set for arraignment pre-trial. How do you wish to proceed in this matter?
I would like to plead guilty, but for the medical card charge, I have my medical card here and I have proof that
You froze up, Mr. McNutt.
sorry. I got he wrote me for no medical card too. I have the medical card. It is valid through 10/14/21, so it was valid when I got pulled over.
Did you not have it with you?
Yes, ma'am, I did not have it on me at the time.
The prosecutor's office is here. Is it possible that he can present that information in a breakout room to you?
Judge, this is Ben Denowith for the People, P74280. If the defendant wants to plead to count one, which would be the one ending in A, the people will dismiss count two, the one ending in B, which is the one he is professing innocence for.
Mr. McNutt, are you able to proceed on your own? Or would you like to speak to an attorney this morning?
I guess I'm good to proceed on my own, yeah.
Did you hear the offer made on behalf of the prosecutor? Mr. McNett?
Yeah, did I freeze again?
I don't know if you didn't hear me, you didn't respond to my question. Did you hear the offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to the driving without obtaining a commercial driver's license, that the civil infraction of no medical certification would be dismissed?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that what you wish to do this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. McNett, you understand if the courts accept your plea in this matter, you won't have a trial of any kind?
Yes, ma'am.
You won't have the opportunity to bring witnesses or evidence on your own behalf? Mr. McNett?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And knowing that you still wish to plead guilty to the sole count of driving without obtaining a commercial driver's license?
Yes, ma'am.
You're doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it true that on September 1st, 2020, you drove a commercial vehicle without obtaining the proper license?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Mr. Denowitz?
People are satisfied. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Sir, I'll accept your plea in this matter. Where are you in terms of getting the proper license?
I actually do. I have the permit now, my Class A permit, and I am scheduling a test currently, so. But I no longer drive the big CDL truck.
What do you do? How do you support yourself?
I'm a lineman.
How long have you been doing that?
2 years, ma'am.
Are you paid weekly, bi-weekly, monthly?
I'm in between jobs right now. It's supposed to be starting on Thursday, but I will be paid weekly.
Other than yourself, are you responsible for the support of anyone else?
No, ma'am.
Mr. McNett, I'm going to assess fines of $100, cost of $200. There's a $75 crime victims fee, $50 state cost, $20 fund fee for a total of $445. Are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need to make a payment plan?
I have 30 days.
Yes, sir.
I should be able to pay it within 30 days. If not, I can always call and make a payment plan, correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
What's your phone number, please, sir?
734-693-3340.
And your email address?
It would be Brandon, McNett, McNett, 14 @gmail.
Thank you, sir. 30 days, otherwise the matter will be turned over to collections.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. You too.
No worries. We're still waiting for the prosecutor on Jackson.
Correct, Judge. I do believe my other two clients are in the waiting room now, Mr. Toluchik and Mr. Ramal Rodriguez.
If Mary Ann sees Mr. Rodriguez or Mr. Toluchik, you can bring them in.
Oh, you know what? I think they're both, I see them both.
Ramal Rodriguez?
Yes, Your Honor.
I heard you, I don't see you. This is 210257 FY, State of Michigan versus Ramal Rodriguez. Your appearances, please.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Excuse me, Brandy Robinson of the Neighborhood Defender Service. My P number is 66895. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Rodriguez.
This matter is scheduled for PCC this morning. How are we proceeding?
Judge, I do not have any of the discovery. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me just verify that. I have paper discovery in this matter. I do not have the digital discovery. So I would ask for another PCC date, please, so that I can get that from the prosecutor.
How far out do you want to adjourn?
I think a couple weeks should be sufficient.
A couple is 2. We can
That
go
would
out
be-
to April 21st, 2021.
That would be fine for me. Mr. Rodriguez, could you be back here on April 21st, 9 a.m., same setup?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, 9:15
Okay.
with Judge Oakley.
PCC.
PCC, adjourn PCC. There's the digital discovery outstanding. Adjourn date of 4/21/2021 at 9:15 a.m. with Judge Oakley. The bond with any conditions will continue. Ms. Robinson, anything further as relates to Mr. Rodriguez?
No, thank you, Judge.
Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
No, Your Honor, I'll call the OIC and tell them to upload today. I can only tell them, I can't make.
Understood.
And Kieran is very slow. They have one person that does it all. I don't know why every detective isn't trained. It doesn't make sense to me.
We'll see you back on the 21st, Mr. Rodriguez. Thank you for your patience this morning.
Thank you.
You
Why
don't
don't we
think
add it at the exam? Why don't we threaten to?
Why don't you mute? Yeah, thanks, that's nice. Mr. Palucci,
Yes, ma'am.
this is 210003 FY, State of Michigan versus James Scott Palucci. This matter, I'm sorry, Ms. Gillis, I stepped on you. Go ahead.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Judge Brandy Robinson of the Neighborhood Defender P66895 on behalf of James Taluchik, who is appearing by Zoom.
State your name for me, please, sir.
James Taluchek, Your Honor.
Thank you. This matter was scheduled for PCC. It was adjourned previously for digital discovery with a question mark. Where are we at this morning?
Judge, I did receive digital discovery from Ms. Gillis back on March 18th. We would ask for an in-person preliminary examination, please.
The in-person exam would be May 19th at what time? At 3 o'clock?
That should be fine for me, Judge. Mr. Taluchek, May 19th at 3 o'clock, you could be in person in the city of Romulus for this hearing?
Actually, I start work at 3. Is there any possibility I could have it earlier, or I work from 3 to 1 usually?
We won't do lives after 2:30 is the message I just received. We'll make a note of that, Heather. Thank you. Mary Ann, what's the next after May 19th? May 26th at 2:30?
Okay.
Oh, no.
Judge,
we
is
have
it possible
work
to
at
do?
3 o'clock.
Yes.
So what's our next Wednesday where we can start him at 1? June 30th? What's the 1 o'clock, can you tell? Thank you.
It's 5:26 is to Taluchek.
No, it's gonna be 6:30 at 1 o'clock. There's already another 1 o'clock scheduled.
I can do both.
I appreciate Your Honor. I don't have any more time left for it.
No work, sir. I don't want people to miss work if they don't have to.
Thank you, Your Honor.
June 30th, 2021, 1 p.m. Back with me. Bond continues. Anything else, Ms. Robinson?
No, Judge, thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Thank you. We'll see you back on June 30th, Mr. Talucci.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
I see Mr. Duncan.
Yes, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. We're still waiting for the prosecutor for the 8:30 case. I see the defendant sitting ever so patiently. Thank you, sir. Whatever's ready. If Miss Klusner is here, Mr. Duncans.
Yes, and I thought Dallas Larimore was at 9, Judge. If it was 8:30, I apologize
No,
for
that's
being.
another one, Mr. Duncan. You might have more than one. I just didn't see it on the page I was on.
Yes, I've got Dallas Larimore and I have Nicole Klusner.
I see it right now.
Wait, what exam are you looking at?
If you want to go ahead and bring them in and check them in, we can see what's ready.
Your Honor, may I check in on Elijah Favors?
My officer's not available, so I already called the defense.
Favors is for this afternoon?
Yes, but Ms. Gill is called to let her witness isn't going to be able to be here today.
Mondays. So
it's just going to be an adjournment.
see, some days I have like 9 exams.
I just have to leave at like 2 to get my files because I asked for.
Oh, this is 210005FY, State of Michigan versus Elijah Favors. This is one of the exams scheduled for 1:45 this afternoon. Ms. Gillis and Ms. Young.
And Your Honor, I believe Mr. Favors, oh, there he is. I see him now.
Recording.
Is Mr. Young on? Well, there's an
Mr.
indication that the OIC is not available. He's coming on. He's in the same setting he was in last time. Matter scheduled for 1:45 exam today. There's some indication that OIC is not available or witness is not available.
Officer who is a necessary witness, who is my only witness, is not available. I think he's in training that day. So, oh, I know. No, that's not, they gave him the subpoena, but he was on a 2-week vacation. He comes home on the 9th.
And our next live date is when, Marianne? May 26th at 2:30?
Your Honor, for the record, I am going to move for a dismissal. We've been waiting for this exam for quite some time. It's hard to come upon dates. So I understand the witness is not available, but I haven't actually heard a good reason for that unavailability.
They're on furlough. They have been for 2 weeks, and when the
I heard
subpoenas went out-
vacation.
Vacation is furlough. So they're required to take it. And so they're not available. These cases were all sitting, most of them in, I don't know if this one was, they were all sitting in a sort of a pile, like circling, waiting so that we could start setting live exams. As soon as I got notice that an exam had been set for each case, I try to send out notices and subpoenas and stuff like that. So we
had the PCC in January 13th.
Okay. But anyways, and I called the court on Monday and let them know, and I called you Monday also and let them know. I was out of town last week when I got the message. I mean, it just creates more paperwork because if you dismiss it, then I just have to refile this afternoon.
If the two of you have completed your statements for the morning, Ms. Young, I respectfully will deny your request to dismiss. That's based on the fact that there were other issues with Mr. Favor, and I think we each gave each other a little courtesy and a little grace on the other matter. There was no bench warrant issued, and we've worked together, so let's continue to work together. The exam that's currently scheduled for 1:45 today will be adjourned to 5/26/2021 at 2:30 p.m. 5/26/2021 at 2:30 p.m. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Young?
No, Your Honor. I'm sorry, can you give me that date again?
5/26 at 2:30 PM. And I see that, anything else, Ms. Young?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Favors, for logging in. You have a good day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
We
Judge.
have 210255 FY State of Michigan versus Ahmad Jamal Jackson.
Good morning, Judge Nida Simone, Assistant Prosecutor for the People, P45356. My apologies, Judge. It's a rough morning running back and forth from different courts. So I do apologize for that, for my tardiness.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, Judge Brandy Robinson of the Neighborhood Defender Service on behalf of Mr. Jackson. My P number is 66895, and he is participating from the jail by way of Zoom.
And your name at the jail, you're on mute right now. The officer will take care of that.
Matt Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. This matter is scheduled for PCC this morning. How are we proceeding?
Judge, I do not have any discovery. I have no paper, I have no digital, so I'm not even 100% clear on what the allegations are against Mr. Jackson. So I need to have that from the prosecutor. We would also need a new PCC date to ensure that we have that before the exam.
Do you want to go out 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
I prefer 2, please.
We're going to adjourn the PCC to 4/21/2021 at 8:30 a.m. That will be with Judge Oakley.
At 8:30, you said, Judge?
At 8:30, yes, ma'am.
Okay, that works for me.
One more, 4/21 at 8:30, Judge? Okay.
Yes,
I have a live matter that I have to be at 11 o'clock. Do you think, I'm assuming we'll be done before that, right? Because I have to be physically in a different courtroom.
The case it would be with Judge Oakley on the 21st. We can't control the jail. We schedule all the jailers at 8:30 as of now, and we're taking them as soon as the jail is able to get them on camera, if that answers your question. Not really, but it's the best I have. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Is there any other day that week that we could possibly come, Judge?
No, ma'am. We only do PCCs on Wednesday. I know. I hear you.
It is
For what it's worth, Ms. Simona, Judge Oakley is pretty prompt. So as long as the jail is open, I'm sure you could be wherever you need to be for your live matter and just Zoom in.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Wait, Judge, I'd like to be heard as to
Sorry.
bond, please. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Ms. Robinson. I usually ask, is there anything else? Ms. Robinson, ask to bond.
Yes, please, Judge. My understanding is that this bond is set at $250,000, 10%. I would ask the court to make a reduction in that bond to $100,000, 10%. The reasons are several, Judge. First of all, Mr. Jackson, if I understand the allegations correctly, I believe is accused of a second-degree criminal sexual conduct involving a stepdaughter who is a teenager. Before this incident, Mr. Jackson is somebody who had not accumulated any sort of criminal record whatsoever. He was gainfully employed. He was working really in 2 capacities. First, he is a musician. He is a bassist for a band called NOKG that has music that is available on YouTube. I listened to it. He does good work as a bassist, but he also has a day job as a machinist. He was working at a location called Parker Hannifin in Plymouth, Michigan, which is a hydraulic and air cylinder company. He performed a variety of tasks there, but in a nutshell, would take the raw material for the company and prepare it up to customer specifications and help basically with the production there. He had been there for 4 years. This coming November, he was bringing home $26.50 per hour. It was full-time work with benefits. And that, of course, has been disrupted because of the arrest, but he is somebody who obviously can be a productive member of society and does so when he is out on bond. I don't believe that there is, because there's no criminal history to my knowledge, I don't believe that there are any reasons to be concerned about his risk of non-appearance. And again, to the extent that this involves an allegation of touching, and I'm not aware of any allegations of violence that accompany accompany it, Judge, I would ask you to please consider a reduction in his bond at this time.
Yes, ma'am, on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Judge. As Ms. Jackson said, you know, if the judge wants to consider a lower bond, obviously we would want Tether to be involved with it and that he has to find a place to stay. He lives with this young lady and her mother and another daughter that lives in the house as well. This is his stepdaughter that, you know, was basically like a daughter to him. And, you know, though he's charged with that, she was smart enough to come forward and say something to somebody before it was escalating, because I will be happy to share all the discovery with counsel. It showed that it was certainly predatory in his actions and that it was going to be an escalating thing had she not said something, our victim, to her brother, who then disclosed what was happening here. It's the first time up for PCC, so of course I didn't even know who the attorney was. So Ms. Robinson, I'll be happy to share discovery with you as soon as I get it. But I also think that he knows the victim, knows where they live, knows, you know, their routine. So there's got to be some bond that is appropriate for him to understand. He has to have absolutely no contact directly or indirectly with her mother, any of her siblings, and that there's a tether that is attached to his bond so that we make sure that he's nowhere near where she goes to, you know, where she lives or goes to school or, you know, goes out for. So I'm asking the court for a reasonable bond, certainly, but one that also holds him accountable for what he's doing.
And Judge, I would just indicate for the record, we do not have any objection to a GPS tether. And I believe that Mr. Jackson can reside with his brother, Pierre Jackson. Mr. Jackson, if you could provide his address, if you know it offhand.
I don't know it offhand, but he does stay out of state. That wouldn't be an issue.
Well, I mean, he can't go out of state. Is that what I'm hearing?
Okay, may I have a moment in the breakout room, Judge? I can be brief.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You knew that was not true when you said it. No. I'm not. I'm trying to conduct cases here this morning. I'm not with your nonsense. Thank you, sir. You have a good day.
I think it should be.
No. Good morning, Mr. Kearney.
Hello, Judge. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I have a case up this morning, Mr. Schaefer. I've been trying to get a hold of Mr. Schaefer this morning. I have yet to make contact with him, but he was present on Zoom the last time we were here.
You want to mute yourself to see if you can find him? I was just acknowledging your presence. I don't think that we were quite ready for you yet.
Understood.
You can get a hold of him. I have some civil things I'm going to try to see if I can squeeze in while Ms. Robinson's in the breakout room.
And I see Miss Brookins is here. Are you handling the Williams matter at 10?
Now you're asking me too many questions, Mr.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought it was Judge Oakley, and then I saw the prosecutor in here, so thank you.
I am at that time. Okay.
All right.
Oops.
Sir, with the name of Williams Galaxy, what is your last name, please?
Wood.
Thank you.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
I brought you in. I'm in the middle of a criminal docket. If you can sit tight, at least two of your defendants are here. I have 2 jail matters and then I'll get to you, okay?
All right, very good. Thank you for letting me know. I
Ms.
appreciate it.
Robinson, I see you back with Mr. Jackson.
Yes, Judge. And so I did have an opportunity to speak with him. That's my fault. I did not realize that his brother lived out of state. And so what I would offer to this court is this. There are, I have a number of clients who are out on bond, but who have a bond address that is tethered to a, they have a tether address that's tied to a shelter. And we have a couple of options. My staff can work to find him a placement, either at Operation Get Down. There's also another location here in the city. I recognize that I don't have an address to provide to the court right at this moment, but that is something that we can easily do by the end of the day today. So if the court would be willing to indulge me, I could work with my staff, identify the exact location to where the tether would be, and then I could report that to the court, and we could use that as a location. The fact that he does not have a place to live, obviously, so long as there's not any other indication that he's not a flight risk or not a danger to the community, that should not be a barrier to the bond. And we can provide address at one of those locations. I just need to do a little bit of due diligence to figure out which one would be the most appropriate.
Judge, if I could chime in, just in regards to the allegations and the charges, our victim is between, she's 15 years old now. This started when she was 14. There's one count of penetration, that's a CSE first degree, that's a life offense, and 2 counts of criminal sexual conduct second degree, those are 15-year offenses. So it goes beyond touching in regards to the charges against the defendant. It worries me that he's in a shelter, not because if he's working, then maybe he can find him a place to stay, because I don't know how much control we could have over something like that. But if the court is willing to consider a bond, I'm asking for the bond to still be something substantial, so he understands that he can't go talk to a lot of this is, there's a lot of text messages back and forth to him, to the victim. And so some of this came out as a result of all of this. So I just, it goes beyond just mere touching. There's penetration charges here. They're all serious offenses that we're dealing here with.
Respectfully, Ms. Robinson, I'm going to deny your request to modify bond at this time. When the parties reappear in front of Judge Oakley, if you have details of where he could possibly be tethered, that might be a discussion you want to have with him. But based on the allegations, which I respect as being just allegations at this time, and the fact that there is a notation that Mr. Jackson appeared to be attempting to leave the state just prior to his arrest, I'm going to deny that motion to modify bond. The adjourned PCC date will be 4/21/2021 at 8:30 a.m. back with Judge Oakley. Anything else, Ms. Robinson?
No, Judge. Is that allegation something that you're referring to in an investigator's report? I'm just curious. Again, I have nothing, so I'm flying blind.
Well, the allegation of, I'm just looking at the felony information. I don't have an investigator's report. I have a first degree CSC with penetration. I have 2 counts of CSC second. That's all I'm looking at. I'm not looking at anything else.
Okay. All right. Very well.
And I note that there is no discovery received by the defendant as of yet. So again, anything else you can take up with Judge Oakley in 2 weeks. Anything else as to Mr. Jackson, Ms. Robinson?
No, not at this time. Thank you.
Ms. Simona?
Thank you, Judge, for your time. We have nothing
No
further.
worries. Have a good day, ma'am.
Have a good day.
We have
Guys, this
one
is
more.
Murray Duncan. Can I sign out and handle a circuit court case? I should be really fast.
Yes, sir. We'll see you back shortly.
Thank you, Judge.
We have one more at the jail. And Mary Ann, as soon as we're done with Mr. Moment, I'll have Mr. Robinson come back and we'll do his 4, and so we can get him out where he needs to be. This is 210253, State of Michigan versus Ronald Molman. Your appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Darian Fortier on behalf of the people, P83359.
And good morning, Judge Brandy Robinson from the Neighborhood Defender Service, P66895, on behalf of Ronald Molman.
A blue sheet right here. I'm sorry. This matter, your name for the record at the jail, please. You're muted. Thank you. Oh, you know what? That would be. At the jail, would you unmute, please? Your name, sir?
Ronald Mulder.
Thank you. This
Ronald
matter is scheduled for PCC this morning.
It is, Judge. I do have the paper discovery. We received that back on April 2nd. I do not have any digital discovery, Judge, and so we would request that.
Yes, Judge, this is the first time this case is up. I'll make a note that Ms. Robinson has digital discovery or does not have digital discovery. I don't know that I have it. If I can just have one moment.
And then Judge, whenever our return date is, I'll take that, and then I would like to be heard as to bond on this individual as well.
We can put it back on that 4/21 date with your other case, or do you want to go out to 4/28?
No, 4/21 is fine.
For that, it's for another PCC, correct, Judge?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Robinson, I would know, since I'm on vacation and then I have this training, I don't know that I'll have digital redacted for you by then. I will do my absolute best, but I just want to put on the record, it's just me that does it, so.
Okay, I understand. I just don't want to put the dates out because he is in custody. And, you know, if the judge will give him a bond or lower the bond, it may not be an issue, but Judge, whenever you're ready, I can make argument there.
I'm ready.
Okay, so Mr. Molman is another individual who was gainfully employed, another individual, to my knowledge, who does not have any criminal history. He has a place where he can reside at 7711 Hayden Street in Detroit with the zip code of 48228. He would be amenable to a tether if that would give the court some assurance about knowing where he is while the case is pending. I recognize that this is a case that involves an allegation of stalking, but again, he has not had any criminal history whatsoever before this, and he had been working at a place called Mobility Transportation in Livonia, where he makes vans handicap accessible. He had been there for nearly 5 years and was making $20 an hour with benefits. It was full-time work. And even though he's only 22, he's been able to hold down that kind of work. I do believe that the safety of the community and his appearance in court can be secured with something lower than the bond that he has, which is now set at, I believe, a relatively high number. I don't have it offhand. I think it might be, let me just pull it up.
It's $250,000.
$250,000 cash surety. And so I think under the circumstances, Judge, this bond is unreasonably high. And I think the community can be assured of safety through the imposition of a GPS tether and other conditions that the court may think are appropriate. So I would ask for the court to reduce the bond in this case.
Ms. Fortier.
Judge, this is an aggravated stalking case. I'm the one that signed the warrant. I did speak with the complaining witness at the time that the warrant was signed, which hasn't been that long. It's been about a week and a half. A little bit longer than that, 2 weeks. At that time, she had indicated that when Mr. Molman was arrested, he not only was arrested for aggravated stalking and a concealed carry charge, but used his one phone call from the jail to call the complaining witness and leave a message. So I do have concerns for the complaining witness's safety. I think because of that behavior, that the bond is appropriate, but if you are inclined to lower the bond, the people would absolutely ask for a GPS tether, Judge.
And again, Judge, I think a tether would ensure the safety of the complaining witness. Mr. Molman had not had an opportunity to communicate with counsel, or at least not with me. I think he does understand that no contact would be permitted whatsoever with this complaining witness while the case is pending. And we've had conversations about that, no direct contact, no indirect contact, so forth. And so I don't think, I understand the prosecutor's argument, but the bond is set at $250,000 cash, which is something reserved for, at least in my experience, very, very serious violent allegations. And again, I understand an aggravated stalking charge is serious and not to be taken lightly, but I think when there are other alternatives available for a person like this, that the court should consider them. So I would ask for the reduction. And Judge, if you want, I talked to Mr. Moment about what an affordable bond would be for him. And I believe, if you can just give me a moment, I made a notation. If we could have the bond reduced to maybe $50,000, 10%, he could post that, and that would also give the court some insurance because he'd be invested to the extent that he'd be at risk of losing whatever money he pays in service of his bond if he were to violate.
Ms. Fortier, any response to the 50,000, 10%?
Judge, at this point, I still would object to a lowering of bond. I would note for the record, in the interest of transparency, that some cash bond does make the people feel better.
Ms. Robinson, not quite where you want to be, but the court's going to reduce the bond to 100,000, 10%. With the GPS tether. And just to disclose to the attorneys, the court received a letter yesterday from Akayla Molman. She indicates that she is Mr. Molman's older sister. And she said basically the same thing Ms. Robinson just said, that Mr. Molman didn't appreciate the circumstances and asked the court for mercy for him. And I just wanted to make sure that I disclosed that the letter had been received. And I hear Ms. Fortier's concerns. The bond was set at 250,000. And if that's something that Mr. Molman could possibly conceivably post, the 100,000, 10%, not to be released without a GPS tether. If that's a doable, I don't want it to be a reduction without any meaning or any possibility of him being able to secure his release. But Mr. Molman, I need you to understand no contact means no contact at all in any fashion, any way.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you've already had that conversation with your attorney.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Judge, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just looked on evidence.com. I do have the video. I'm sorry, Judge. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'll continue when you're.
No, please.
Sorry. I do have some airport time. So since the video's on there, that is a little bit more promising to me, Ms. Robinson, that I'll have that to you by the next date.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Darian. Ms. Fortier.
I do the same thing and I try to be better and mindful about it. Anything else, Ms. Robinson?
No, Judge, thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Fortier?
Nothing from the people, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Molman, you have a good day.
You too. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you. Thank you.
Judge, I think that's it for me.
The sign of victory. Okay. Ms. Robinson, you have a great day. I'll see you again maybe next week.
Okay, thank you. If you all have any other matters, I am your person for today, so just give me a call.
For a person, no worries.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Marianne, if you want to pull Mr. Robinson, I'm sorry to do this to you, Jane, but we have 4 civil matters real quick I need to do, and then we can get on with what we're getting on with.
Okay.
Mr. Robinson, we have Ms. Cox and Mr. Stubbs here.
To drop the case. So he hired.
Very good. So let me know which one you want to do first.
We're going to do Cox first. That's who I'm pulling in first. This is 210681 LT Country Metals versus Jennifer Cox. This matter was scheduled for a hearing for non-payment of rent at 9 a.m. today. Have the parties had an opportunity to speak?
No.
What are we doing this morning?
I mean, it largely depends if she applied. So she said she applied for Wayne Metro last time. Ms. Cox, have you got an update on that?
Yes, I talked to my caseworker, Mrs. Jones, yesterday, and
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Would you state your name, please?
Jennifer, last name's Cox, COX.
Thank you. I'm sorry, you spoke to somebody from Wayne Metro yesterday?
Yeah, I was put on the waiting list back on March 16th, and they said it would take about a month, and she contacted me yesterday, and I electronically signed the application, and she got it last night, and I will hear from her to see if it was approved. But yes, they've got all the information.
Mr. Robinson?
I mean, Your Honor, if she's applied for Sarah and she has a caseworker, I think this falls into the current rule.
Tear that for me, please, the date. I hear you, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to adjourn this matter over the modifications to 2017 effective March 22nd requires us to adjourn this matter for 30 days. Today is 7th, 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5, May 13th. What do we have going on, Mary Ann, on May 13th? Anything? May 13th at 1 p.m.
Very good.
I heard you. I'm giving the date to Mr. Robinson. I'm trying to get us around the other stuff so we're not scheduling criminal stuff with landlord tenant stuff again. Ms. Cox, are you available at that day at that time?
I will have to get AWOL'd from work, but yeah, I don't have any time off. Today was my last day off.
What time do you work?
Unfortunately, I work 6 a.m. to 4:30. I work at Ford Motor Company, so I work the assembly line. So I had to take. You
can't step off.
Yeah.
Hopefully Wayne Metro will have your situation resolved by that time, and if not, we can.
If we do get it resolved, then what happens? I don't have to come, right?
You would execute a consent agreement of some sort with the plaintiff's office, and the matter would be deemed resolved.
Right.
Wouldn't have to appear. You would both sign it and submit it to the court.
Either that or the money would get to your client, would get to your landlord, and they would tell our office to dismiss the case.
Well, what I heard, unfortunately, yesterday, I was told by Wayne Metro that Vanessa from Country Meadows informed them that they can no longer accept the checks from Wayne Metro, that they have to be mailed directly to me and then paid to them.
Which is fine.
Do you have contact information for Ms. Cox?
No. Ms. Cox, do you want to give me your number?
Sure. Are you ready? 734-693-7976.
Very good.
Thank you. Ms. Cox, hopefully Wayne Metro will get things resolved. You can work out where the check gets mailed. Other than that, we'll see you back in May.
Okay,
I understand about your work issue. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Judge, while we handle these civil matters, is it possible to stick me in a breakout room with Jane?
Mary Ann's is Darian and I'm sorry, Ms. Fortier and Ms. Gillis.
Thank you.
Uh-oh. I think that's who that was, Mary Ann. If you will do that for me, please. This is 210702 LT GNI versus James Stubbs. I thought he was in here. Mr. Stubbs?
Yes.
Could you turn your video on for me, please? State your name for me.
James Stubbs.
Mr. Stubbs, this matter was scheduled for hearing today on a non-payment of rent action. Have you spoken to plaintiff's attorney?
We spoke last time. He said he was applying for aid and had talked to Wayne Metro. Mr. Stubbs, do you have an update on that?
I applied for Sarah.
And I also applied through My Bridges. I haven't heard anything back from Sarah yet. And then My Bridges, I had to upload some additional documents, so I haven't done that yet either, but I'm in the process.
As indicated previously, Mr. Stubbs, in as much as you have applied for assistance, we are mandated to adjourn this matter. Your new date, your next date will be May 13th, 2021 at 1 p.m. In the
Okay.
interim, if you would, continue to upload and do whatever you need to do to get your SARE application process, both with My Bridges and with Wayne Metro, that'd be much appreciated.
Okay,
Thank you. Have a good day, sir. We're all set.
thanks, you too.
I haven't seen Hollowell Chambers or Seaborn. I'm looking in our waiting room right now. You know what? One of these I thought had. Marianne, I don't see them. Mr. Robinson, where are you this morning?
Where am I physically?
Are you zoomed in with somebody else right now?
I'm in Troy.
What's the phone number we can reach you at if we need you?
Okay, the office's phone number is 248-593-9090. The extension 48.
Extension 48. I'm in the middle of a criminal docket, but if Hollowell or Seaborn pop up, I want to get in contact with you. I just don't want you holding through the rest of this criminal docket, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any updates from those two people?
No, I've not heard from them. So yeah, I have to get to the 36th district court at 10.
Mr. Stubbs, you're all set. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You have to get a 36th district court at 10, but yeah, if you, so.
I'll ask the Sarah questions. If there's nothing else, we'll follow up with you at the end of the day.
Okay, if they don't appear, should I submit a default judgment then?
Yes,
Or should
sir.
I? Okay.
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 Thank you.
And I'll just call the court if I don't hear from you. Okay.
Sounds good. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Judge Martin.
Bye-bye. Marianne, I know, I see that Mr. Duncan's back if his clients are available, if you want to check in these other people. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Mr. Glenn and Mr. Wood are here. They are it's your 8:30.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, hold on one second. You know what? This is 194357, State of Michigan versus William Wood and Marianne. I don't know that they've come out of the breakout room yet. I'm sorry, your appearance, please.
Okay, my name is Luther Glenn. I'm appearing on behalf of Mr. Wood.
Jane
Thank you,
Gillis
Mr.
on
Glenn.
behalf of the people. Oops. Yeah.
No, you're fine, Ms. Gillis. I didn't see you back from the waiting room yet.
I was here.
I know
Jane Gillis on
you were
behalf of the
here.
people.
I was trying to get these others misscheduled stuff situated. Is Mr. Wood here?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you turn your video on for me, please, sir?
Okay, here we go. There we go.
Much appreciated. You could take your cap off, will be even better.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Thank you much. This matter was scheduled for PCC this morning. What are we doing?
Well, I like to have a little breakout room with my client, Your Honor.
Absolutely, not a problem. Marianne will move you into one.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Oh, she doesn't want to invite me. She wants to invite Wood and Glenn, I think.
Sorry, yeah.
I'll talk to the defendant.
Here we go.
Absolutely not. What are you talking about?
You want me to bring in Mr. Duncan and Larimore?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Judge, what time do you normally capias?
What time do I capias?
Yes.
I usually do it at the end of the docket since we're behind schedule and people are waiting and coming on and coming off. Do you have a specific question about a specific case?
I am the prosecutor on Mr. Kearney's Marcus Schaefer. I know he was having some issues. I was just wondering.
Mr. Schaefer, scheduled at what time?
9 a.m., Judge? But I do have that matter with Mr. Jadala, so I'll be hanging around.
You'll be hanging around. I see him scheduled at 9 o'clock. It's almost 10 o'clock by the court's clock, but I see a ton of people in our waiting room, so I wouldn't.
Okay, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Did you say Larimore?
Yes,
Okay.
Judge, I have Dallas Larimore.
This is 201706, State of Michigan versus Dallas John Larimore. Your appearances, please.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Hello, Your Honor. Murray Duncan appearing on behalf of the defendant Dallas Larimore.
This matter was scheduled for adjourned PCC this morning. What's our status?
Judge, I did get discovery after the probable cause hearing last week. I still need to submit a letter to the gun board now that I have discovery. It's been adjourned a few times, so we can either set it for a live exam or if with the court's consent, if you give me a 2-week adjournment, I will get the letter out now that I have discovery.
I would recommend at least 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Okay. Thank you, Jane.
4 weeks will put us on May 5th.
Are you gonna do PCC or
PCC.
exam? Okay, May 5th.
PCC 5/5/2021 at 8:45 a.m. with Judge Green.
Thank you, Judge.
Anything else as relates to Larimore, Mr. Duncan?
No, Judge. Thank you.
Ms. Gillis?
Nothing.
We're all set. Have a good day. And was Ms. Klusner here?
She said she was there, but she's having a hard time typing her name in, is what the message I had.
I wonder if she's here as something else. What?
Hello?
Okay. Mr. Duncan, if you sit tight, I have one matter and then we'll see if we can find your in our waiting room.
Oh, that's fine, Judge. Thank you.
This is 201652FY, State of Michigan versus Devon Cordell Riggins.
How you doing, ma'am? I'm sorry too. I was in the wrong courtroom.
Don't
Jane
apologize to
Gillis.
me until you do something, Mr. Riggins.
Oh, I thought I was late on the
No,
Zoom.
I'm running behind schedule. But the prosecutor just put her appearance on. I see your attorney, Mr. Miller, is present.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jay Grant Miller, P58658, on behalf of Mr. Riggins.
707. 234.
Thank you. This matter is scheduled for PCC this morning.
Your Honor, are there two matters up for Mr.
There's two
Riggins?
matters. There's another. The other is 1806268T, City of Romulus versus Devon Riggins.
Is that a ticket?
It is a misdemeanor matter. The next day for Romulus PD will be 6/17/21 at 9:30 a.m.
6/17.
B D E N
Correct. That will be back with me.
E T. So Bravo Delta Echo.
17/20/21 at 9:30 a.m. back with me on the misdemeanor matter.
Is that a state misdemeanor or local?
Local.
Okay.
And as for the felony matter, the.
All right, thanks a lot. Have a good one. Okay.
What are we doing up for the PCC?
He's uploading.
Your
Ms.
Honor,
Bills, Mr. Miller?
somebody was
sorry.
talking over you. I couldn't hear you.
I know there's the prosecutor's office. Somebody's talking in the background. This is for the felony matter regarding Mr. Riggins. What are we doing?
Your Honor, I don't have the discovery packet on that yet. I'd like to receive the discovery and discuss it with my client. So an adjourned PCC, I think, would be in order.
How many weeks?
1 or 2, depends on how quickly I get the discovery. Or if the court would rather set it for an exam date and we can just notify at that point.
I'm happy to adjourn 2 weeks out.
Before we talk about adjournment date, my file indicates all the way back to 11/24 that she sent a link for all discovery, including video, Lori Morales on 11/24.
My apologies, Your Honor. Let me double check.
11/24 for Riggins. That was just arraigned on March 28th.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I have the wrong Riggins file. This is Devin
Mr.
Riggins?
Has
That's
a
what I
couple
have.
of cases currently.
Oh.
201652. The matter was arraigned on 3/28/21.
And
The warrant wasn't entered until December, so I can't imagine the link was set in November.
I did
think
get the
my
link on
clerk-
his other case, Your Honor.
I think maybe the clerk pulled the wrong Devin Riggins because she just saw one and probably pulled it and thought, okay, I got it, check.
Oh,
Oh, I do have another Riggins here. Okay. Wait, I have 2. My apologies. This one, well, no, this one is 9/23/2020.
That's the offense date, but
Is
It-
this? Yeah, this is a Romulus case, fence date of 9/23. CCW, FTD.
financial transaction device.
Is that the case we're talking about right now?
It is 9/23 offense date, but what I said originally is that the arraignment didn't happen until March 28th of this year. So I
Got
can't imagine that the discovery was sent in November.
Okay.
So the adjourned PCC date will be 4/21/2021 at 9:30 a.m. with Judge Oakley.
And you need all discovery, Mr. Miller?
I need the discovery on the Romulus cases. It looks like there's a charge for stolen property, receiving, concealing motor vehicle, and financial transaction device, stealing, retaining without consent.
Okay, the stealing the motor vehicle is the one I was talking about, that the discovery was sent on 11/24 to you. it
Okay,
says.
then that one I do see. I'll double check and see that the link
But-
is still valid. I know the links sometimes expire quickly.
90 days usually. So
I get some where it's 14.
I always do 90, but the FTD one, you're right, I have not sent. I will send. I don't think there's any video for that. And I'll resend if I can, if it's still there, the other. You need to download when you get them right away.
And my apologies, I have cases out of Inkster, Detroit, and 2 out of Romulus with Mr. Riggins. I definitely have the Detroit discovery on Mr. Riggins, but I'm not seeing the other Romulus.
Just FYI, the other case is 201-445. This is the offense date of August 15th, 2020. For some reason, they weren't all nestled together.
Right? So
That might
that's
be
the one I was talking about, Judge.
Right. Well, you kept saying it, and I figured that they just weren't seated together, but they're now all seated together. You will work out discovery with Mr. Miller. We'll be back with Judge Oakley on the 21st. Anything else, Mr. Miller?
Your Honor, as it relates to the morning of the 21st, I should be able to make that happen. I'm
Great.
only in 3 other courtrooms.
Mr. Miller, you're just not applying yourself.
I did 6 today.
Well, other than that, you have a good day, Mr. Miller. Have a good day, Mr. Riggins. We'll see you back. Judge Oakley will see you back on the 21st.
Thank you,
Thank
Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Duncan, I see you're back, but we have Mr. Glenn and Mr. Wood who are out of the breakout room. Recalling 194357 William Wood, Ms. Gillis and Mr. Glenn. This was the adjourned PCC.
Your Honor, I'd like to go ahead and set this for a Zoom exam, and I would like to address my client's bond. He was administratively released on tether. He posted the $500 bond, but the tether remained, and he wanted to ask the court to remove the tether since he paid the monetary bond.
Ms. Gillis?
Well, my records indicate that he failed to appear on 9/30 of 2020, so he has a capias history and a long prior record, so.
I wasn't given it. Should I
Well,
say something?
Well, the thing is, he didn't violate his bond. It was an early release, so he posted the $500, and that was the condition of the bond. So when he was administratively released, they put a GPS tether on him, but he's put forth the cash at this point in time, and so I'd ask the GPS tether be released.
Can I have a breakout room with Mr. Glenn? I'm looking at this file. Am I correct that this is the date of offense is 10/14/2019?
It is. It's 10/6/2019. Mr. Glenn and Ms. Gillis into a breakout room.
Okay.
Thank you. Or did that answer your question, Ms. Gillis?
No, I'd like a breakout room.
Mary Ann, I'll send you a notification in just a second. Mr. Duncan. And
Yes, Judge.
Yes. Follow up with, oh, Mary Ann, I'm sorry, I'll stop talking so you can check everybody in.
The person that has user, what is your name, please? Can you hear me?
Gene Carrier.
And you're, what time are you supposed to be here?
9:45.
All right, I see you. Thank you. Person with the phone number 786. Can you hear me? I'm bringing one more person in that's unidentified. Hopefully this is your client, Murray.
Thank you. And if not, I'm going to give her a call.
Okay, it doesn't appear to be. Sir, with the name King Shard, what is your name, please?
It's Rashard Gray.
Gray?
Yes.
Ten o'clock.
Thank you.
Ms. Gillis and Mr. Glenn are back.
Yes, Your Honor. It's my understanding that the people are wishing to offer my client a reduced charge if he'll take it today. And I will let Ms. Gillis put the offer on the record.
It would be use of narcotics, which I believe is a 1-year misdemeanor, be 1-year probation, as long as he doesn't pick up any other cases. I mean, I don't know how you're doing probation right now. Whatever the probation department feels is appropriate for probation, if they want call-in, if they want drug testing, whatever. But he could plead to use, which is a misdemeanor today.
Okay. All right, Mr. Wood. Mr. Wood, can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
He's coming back.
Okay.
Who's from probation? Have you seen Art this morning?
And Shannon.
Would you please?
Sure. We want her.
Art. Or you can just call him and ask him what we're doing.
Okay.
Or go get him. It doesn't matter to me. Thank you. I see you
Okay.
walking the files.
Okay. I see Mr. Wood is back on.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Wood, the prosecutor is offering you a reduced charge of use today. And that's a 1-year misdemeanor, and they want to know whether or not you will accept the reduced charge today, or if you still want to proceed with a Zoom exam.
You need a breakout room with your client.
Yes, Your Honor.
Not me.
Not you.
She keeps wanting me to talk to the defendants.
It is the weirdest game of tag I've ever seen, not me.
It is. The person with the phone number 786, can you hear me?
Yeah,
What is your name, please?
Orlando.
Video.
What time are you supposed to be here, please? What time are you supposed to be here, sir?
10:30.
333
Uh-huh.
7404
Rosario Diego?
section 1. Yes.
Is that your name? Rosario Diego?
I got it.
Sir? Sir, is your last name Rosario Diego?
No.
What is your last name?
Mayo.
Thank you, I see it. We'll pull you right back in a second.
You know, we're supposed to get a raise this week, Chuck.
Why?
Well, because we're supposed to be getting raises for the last 2 years, but the county just randomly fucking decided we should all get a step right now instead of.
No,
like,
no,
contract
I'm sorry.
statuses on your
You need to
fire
mute
rate.
yourself, Miss Gillis, please.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You can try.
I don't know. They were just talking about the offer right now. Is this your client, Mr. Duncan? Oh, Mary Ann, did you check this young lady in?
No, ma'am, with the fireplace behind you, what is your name, please? You're muted.
That's my client. Yes.
Thank you.
Nicole Kuzner.
Wait 1 second, Miss. We'll be with you in just 1 second, Miss Closer.
Okay.
I have Miss Gillis and Mr. Glenn out of, I'm sorry, Mr. Glenn and Mr. Wood out of the breakout room. Why am I hearing? I'm hearing an echo. I don't know who's close together. Mr. Wood and Mr. Glenn are out of the breakout room. How are you?
Yes,
proceeding?
yes, Your Honor. My client still wants to proceed with a Zoom exam, and he would like to have his tether removed.
That Zoom exam date for Mr. Wood would be 6/30, 2021 at 2 p.m. Wait,
Okay, so
I'm sorry. You said Zoom?
Zoom, yes.
There's not 6:30. I know, Marianne, that sounded awfully far out. May 19th?
May the 19th.
May the 19th at what time? Hold on, Mr. Glenn.
Hey, this is Ben Dunaway from Wayne County. Wanting to talk about a case for tomorrow.
I'm sorry, give me 1 second.
You're okay. We're not in a rush. A Zoom exam with Jane, so a Wednesday. There's somebody in custody today?
I am, but.
There's somebody in custody? Thank you for coming down. I'm all set with you.
I've ever seen that.
Are Zoom exams in the afternoon too? Or in the morning?
Zoom exam with Jane. She has other, she's not with me in the morning. She's with someone else, so she can't do a morning exam. We have to make our Zooms in with our lives for Jane. It is June 30th. Is it really?
Oh, okay.
June 30th at 2 p.m., Mr. Glenn?
Yes, yeah, okay. All right. June 30th at 2.
June 30th at 2.
Okay.
And as to the issue of the tether, Ms. Gillis?
Your Honor, I objected because of this failure to appear back in the fall.
Well, I can give you a call back this afternoon. Once that coming up, look at files. Are you MSP then? Oh, you're okay. Well, I guess the best I can do is just call you back after I'm done at Romulus Court and get to the office.
The failure to appear, I'm looking back at this note from September 9th. It looks like neither the defendant nor his attorney appeared. Maybe there was some, trying to see if there was some other explanation.
Okay. I don't believe I was on the case at that time. I was newly assigned.
Correct.
I'll probably have to call the court. Done at this court.
Over the people's objection, I'm going to grant the motion and remove the tether as posted. The surety information is posted in the front of the court's file. Mr. Wood does have other outstanding matters with this court.
All right, I'll give you a call back.
Some other matters, and he's scheduled to appear on
Okay, thanks a lot.
with me on
Yep.
some misdemeanor matters. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Glenn?
I don't have anything, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. We're all set. Have a good day. Mr.
All right, thank
What
you.
day?
Your Honor. June the 30th at 2 o'clock.
This is 2101152 FD, State of Michigan versus Nicole Klusner. Appearances, please.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Hello, Your Honor, Murray Duncan, on behalf of the defendant, Nicole Klusner.
This matter is scheduled for PCC this morning. How are we appearing?
I think that's Miss Klusner's, Judge. Every time she pops on and unmutes herself, there's feedback.
It's okay. I think we'll be done with her quickly. Ma'am, would you state your name for the record, please?
Oh, Nicole Klusner.
How are we proceeding this morning?
Judge,
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, I'm asking for a live exam.
July 7th at 1 p.m.
Thank you, Judge.
July 7th, 2021 at 1 p.m. with me. Bond continues. Anything else, Mr. Duncan?
No, Judge, thank you.
Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, thank you.
Discovery is complete. Oh, I'll take that as a yes. Mr. Hordos has been here since I can't tell when. And I have to note that we start exams at 12:30. Thank you.
Duration, just put a giant number. Why do people put like 30 days?
I'm sorry. I appreciate that. Good morning, Mr. Hordos.
Yes, good morning, Judge. How are you?
I am wonderful. How have you been?
Doing all right. I'd say we're doing the COVID shuffle.
You should make a song and a video, but that's another conversation for another day. I have you at 9:45.
Yes, I've got Callie Thomas and Jennifer Orban.
I am looking for anybody by that name. We have people in the waiting room. Marianne will check. And if you see Scott Weinberg.
Yeah, Kaylee Thomas is on the screen, and I do not see your other client.
Yeah, I was going to ask the court to waive Orban's presence. I can explain with the request if the court wants.
Mr. Hordos, not only do I want an explanation, I want to see this video that you're making. This is 200571 FY, State of Michigan versus Callie Amir Thomas. Appearances, please.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. From Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit, Jonathan Hortus, P78948 on behalf of Mr. Callie Thomas. Mr. Thomas, can you state your name, please?
Callie Thomas.
Thank you. This matter is scheduled for PCC this morning. How are we proceeding?
Judge, at the last hearing, I think Ms. Gillis and I had a conversation about whether or not a reduced plea offer would be appropriate. I think we had both.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Horder, somebody talked over you. I didn't hear what you just said. At the last hearing, what happened?
I believe at the last hearing, we set this for a new PCC to inquire as to whether or not the people would be offering a reduced plea on this. Our estimation of whether it was likely or not was low due to the amount of restitution. Ms. Gillis, can you confirm if there was an authorization for that?
It's a high amount of restitution and have to be paid a substantial amount up front. Although I think he's eligible for diversion.
Yes, I think the same terms would apply.
Right.
Judge, if I could just quickly have allow me to recall this matter, I'll call Mr. Thomas in the meantime and just briefly discuss it before we move on.
Not a problem.
Do you want to handle the Orban matter now, or
you want me to handle the Orban matter now?
If it's okay with you, I can get her on Zoom if absolutely needed. But I was hoping to.
I didn't know that court appearances were optional.
No, they're not optional, but some courts have been flexible with us in certain situations.
If there's a reason why your client can't appear, that's one thing. What's her reason for not being here right now?
So I spoke to her last night. Her sister just bought her a phone after having been discharged from inpatient treatment after having been petitioned for mental health reasons. She has, I believe her phone basically wasn't on for most of the day yesterday, and I think she's been having some trouble keeping it charged.
Well, Mr. Hordo, stop for 1 second. 210184, State of Michigan versus Jennifer Gail Orban. Ms. Gillis and Mr. Hordos are here. Mr. Hordos is explaining why Ms. Orban's appearance should be waived this morning. Any objection from the people?
No objection from the people.
Thank you. Mr. Hordos, what are we doing this morning?
Judge, I'm just looking to set this matter for exam. We are still waiting on a video that was mentioned in the discovery, though there's a video mentioned recorded by the complaining witness. Obviously, we would like that.
Well, I'll just admit I don't have a file today, and I'm not sure why. Is this the first time up?
Second time up. We were previously here on the 24th. At that time, my client had been taken into inpatient treatment for mental health issues.
Hortus, my issue is that we have very limited exam days, and if discovery is not complete, I am reluctant to schedule the exam. So if maybe it'd be more appropriate for us to adjourn the PCC for a few weeks for this video.
That's fine, Judge. I have no problem with an adjournment as long as we do it before May 1st. I'm starting a leave on May 1st. It's going to be 3 months. I could have someone else take over the case at that point, but it would have to be a new lawyer.
So now that you've said that, I'm just going to adjourn all of your stuff to after May. The adjourn date for the PCC will be 4/21/2021, back with Judge Oakley at 9:45 a.m. I'll make a notation that there is a video.
Mr. Hordos,
Yes,
I'm going
Judge.
to put something in the chat for you. I don't see your name. Oh, here.
For Ms. Orban, 4/21/2021 at 9:45 with Judge Oakley. Bond continues. There's an issue of an outstanding video. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Hordos?
No, Your Honor. Thank you for your flexibility in this matter.
Ms. Gillis?
Nothing.
Mr. Hordos, your client has other outstanding matters that are scheduled for April 22nd with Judge Green. And when you pop back on with Mr. Thomas, we'll recall that case.
Okay, actually, I was going to ask the court, could you, is it possible to place me and Mr. Thomas in a breakout room? I'm worried he'll drop from the call and I don't want to have him, you know, reset.
Absolutely. Mary Ann's going to move you into a breakout room right now. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
And the next up is 210050 FY State of Michigan versus Gene Carrier.
Good morning, Your Honor. Scott Weinberg, P458874, on behalf of Mr. Carrier.
Thank you, sir.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, in this matter, may Ms. Gillis and I go to a breakout room?
Sure.
Mary Ann will send you an invite.
Thank you.
I should have brought my warrants from yesterday. I thought we were gonna be busy.
Well, I didn't even look at the.
You sent an invite to Ms. Gillis?
I did. Jane, do you see it? It's going back into the same breakout room.
And it doesn't help that my clock is wrong. So every time I glance up and it says 11:25.
Judge, this is Richard Gray with his attorney. I'm going to bring him in.
I thought you all did something wrong with the battery. Yes, ma'am. Oh, but there's no prosecutor. So after Carrier. Counsel for Mr. Gray, you sit tight. There's just one matter ahead of you, okay?
Okay, no problem. Could I get a breakout room with the prosecutor though?
When
Whenever
she
you.
comes back, yes, not a problem.
Thank you.
I'm going to pull up some people in to see.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Generals gathered in them.
We've got the COVID shuffle and then we've got Black Sabbath.
You know what, Mr. Hordos, whatever helps us get through these mornings, I'm happy to have. Mary Ann, is everyone accounted for?
No, ma'am.
I'll let you do that until Ms. Gillis comes back.
Okay. The person, hi, ma'am, what is your name, please?
Lauren Riley,
And what time are you scheduled to be here, please?
10:30, logging in at 10:15.
Riley?
Yes, ma'am.
10:15, I see it is with Samir Jabal.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
We've had that conversation. I don't think that's an OSHA approved. I can't watch
What's,
Mary. Oh, here we are.
okay.
Back on the record in the matter of Gene Carrier.
For the record,
Ms. Gillis, on behalf of the people.
Scott Weinberg on behalf of Ms. Carrier. Yeah, Ms. Gillis and I, we've gone through this many times. We're unable to resolve it at this stage, and we're gonna need to set it for an in-person exam.
Set Mr. Carrier for a live exam date. Did you say July 7th? Is there anything earlier in the date? No, that's okay. Don't listen to me. We're setting the live exam for July 7th, 2021 at 1:30 p.m.
You know, if something changes before that, we'll let the court know.
I appreciate it. That's back with me. Bond continued. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Weinberg?
Not at this time, Judge.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis? Nothing. We'll see you back on July 7th with Mr. Carrier. I see Mr. Hordos is back with Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
200571. We had started this PCC. There was some conversation about the high restitution.
Yes, Judge. I just sent Ms. Gillis a private message. There's also some additional discovery we probably need on this, so an adjournment is probably appropriate, just like on the previous matter. This is regarding, I believe, a larceny in a store. I would expect there to potentially be videos if they were preserved. I don't know if Ms. Gillis has her file on that one to verify if it's been preserved.
PCC will be adjourned April 21st, 2021 at 9:45 a.m. That would be with Judge Oakley. Anything else as relates to Mr. Thomas, Mr. Hordos?
No, Judge. I'll be in discussions with Ms. Gillis. I'll probably be giving her a call on Friday.
Thank you. We're all set, Mr. Thomas. We'll see you. You see Judge Oakley in a couple of weeks, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
And then we had the attorney for Mr. Gray wanted a breakout room with Ms. Gillis.
Ms. Gillis just stepped away.
Mr. Denowith, you'll see an invite to go into a breakout room. And there's a note, Anthony Williams is on for that. Okay. Oh, thank you. Nope, I misunderstood that. Department of Corrections. Marianne, I'm gonna stop talking so you can do what you need to do with these people. Okay. I see Ms. Belcher. Who's our MIDC?
Your Honor, I am. I've been here
Thank you.
in the wing. And Ms. Belcher has a case scheduled for 10:45, but she also has an in-person hearing, so she's logged on early to take care of a matter. She
Mr.
said she was
Gisela, I
just
talked to you
looking
2 hours ago and because I wasn't seeing your face in the corner, it wasn't on my radar. Marianne, did you bring in that? Yep, I see it. This is 1S3844892 A and B. State of Michigan versus Naushad.
Yes, I'm here. Hi,
Good morning.
good morning.
Your name, please.
Syed Saif Noshad.
Sir, today is a day and time set for your arraignment pretrial. There are two matters before the court this morning. There is a state misdemeanor where it's alleged that on February 9th, 2021, you had an interstate registration violation, misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 in fines plus court costs. There's also a civil infraction from that same date and location that you had a Motor Carrier Safety Act civil infraction. Matter scheduled for arraignment. Were you intending to proceed on your own this morning? Or are you looking to discuss this matter with a court-appointed attorney?
I was intending to discuss it with you.
You don't discuss it with me for the first appearance. This is the arraignment where we enter a plea of guilty, not guilty, where you stand mute to the charges, and you have the opportunity to potentially discuss the matter with the prosecutor and see if you can reach a resolution, or if the matter is moving towards trial.
I honestly have no idea because I was driving for the first time, and this is the first time I've ever been in a court. Would it be easier for me to go to a prosecutor first?
Mr. Jadala, is this a matter that you can provide assistance in?
Your Honor, I will be more than happy if the court would like me to. I'm usually, the motor carrier vehicle isn't something I'm familiar with us handling.
Okay.
Motor carrier.
I
In the past,
wasn't-
I understand it to be handled as the prosecutor makes an offer to the defendant.
So it might be more prudent to have you stand mute, Mr. Nashad, which just means that we will schedule this matter for you to have an opportunity to meet with the prosecutor and continue the pretrial, but in as much as there's no prosecutor in the room right now, we can't get to that next step. Give me 1 second, see if somebody pops back out. Is Mr. Denowith here as backup, or are both prosecutors supposed to be on the docket?
I heard he was backup, but she's not here. I think they're in the same office.
Them being in the same office is not particularly helpful. I wonder if we could have them set up in the glass office so that we could maybe move some of these things in the interim. Ask what, Heather?
I'm dismissing count 2 because marijuana is legal, so.
Marijuana is legal. Mr.
Not in
Denowith,
2017, though.
Mr. Denowith, we are, oh, this is Gray.
Yes, that the people
This-
are ready.
181992, State of Michigan versus Rashard Gray. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ben Denowith, P74280 for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jamil Kuja appearing on behalf of Rashard Gray. Your Honor, the prosecutor just made an offer to me in the breakout room. Is it possible to get a breakout room with my client now so I could relay that offer to him?
Absolutely. Mary Ann's going to send you an invite to go into the breakout room with Mr. Gray to discuss the offer. And while you're gone, Mr. Denowith, there is a motor carrier violation on a Saeed Naushad, N-A-U-S-H-A-D. The matter scheduled for arraignment pretrial.
I can definitely talk to him about that. That'll be breakout room 3.
Okay. Should I go join that?
You're going to join the prosecutor in breakout room number 3. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
No worries. Miss Riley is with Mr. Jadala.
Yes, Judge, it's a matter that I have spoken to her previously about. She requested MIDC prior to the hearing, and I just wanted to have an opportunity to speak with the prosecutor regarding her matter.
So is Jane gone or she's just in another room? Mary Ann? You don't know? Okay. Mr. Gisela, as soon as one becomes available, we'll get you with them. Oh, wait a minute. We'll put you behind Gray and Ashad.
Thank you, Judge.
No worries.
That seems like it's going smoothly.
Judge, I do have a 10:30 Mayo, Orlando Mayo. Do you want me to bring him in?
Mr. Mayo at 10:30. What in the world? The issue with bringing him in is that he might need
him.
I'm looking to see what it is. It's an arraignment. So leave it behind Riley. He can come in after that. So it's Gray, now Shad, Riley, and then Mayo. I don't think we're bad right now. It's just Wednesday. I see it. Thank you. Parties are back on Gray. 1819992. I have your appearances already. Matter scheduled for PCC today. How are we proceeding?
Judge, the prosecutor is offering to dismiss count 2 and reduce count 1 from the felony to a misdemeanor, use of a controlled substance, and Mr. Gray wishes to accept that offer.
Hello?
Mr. Gray,
Yes.
you heard the statements just made by your attorney.
Yes, I did.
You understand that the people are offering to reduce count 1
I understand.
to use of narcotic or cocaine and dismiss count 2, which is possession of marijuana.
Yes, I understand.
And you wish to avail yourself of the people's offer.
Yes,
You understand that if the court accepts your plea in this matter, you won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have an opportunity to bring witnesses or exhibits on your own behalf.
I understand.
You won't have a trial of any kind in this matter.
I understand that.
And you're wishing to enter this plea freely and voluntarily.
Yes,
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you plead guilty to the reduced count of use of narcotics.
no,
Sir, is it true that on July 7, 2017, in Huron Township, you used a controlled substance?
yes,
Satisfied, Mr. Denowith?
Will defense counsel stipulate the substance went to the lab and was in fact a controlled substance?
Yes, we'll stipulate that.
People are satisfied.
Satisfied, counsel, on behalf of Mr. Gray?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will accept your plea to the reduced count of use of a controlled substance. Any other conversation between the attorneys regarding sentencing in this matter?
Judge, unfortunately, he's not 7411 eligible. Otherwise, the people would leave it to the court's discretion.
Judge, this case is from about, I think a little over 3 years ago. I asked the court to take that into account, that he's been kind of crime-free since then, and sentenced him to a short term of probation.
I'm actually going to refer Mr. Gray to our probation department. This is not his sole contact with the criminal justice system involving drugs. So I want him just to have a brief conversation with our probation department regarding any assistance or support that could be offered to him. Any objection from you?
No.
None from the people.
Thank you. And the phone number we have for Mr. Gray ends in 9863.
yes,
Thank you. That's still a good number. I'll have probation get in contact with you. We've been doing sentencings on Monday, so depending on what conversation he has with probation department, we'll get that matter scheduled to come back for sentencing.
Okay.
Anything else in this matter on behalf of the defendant?
Nothing from you, anything?
Anything on behalf of the people?
No, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. We're all set, Mr. Gray. Someone will be in contact with you.
okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
good day, everybody.
Mr. Naushad, 1S3844892 A and B. You had the opportunity to speak with the prosecutor in this matter?
I did, and he said that we can dismiss count 2 and I have an option to pay a fine on count 1 and or I can represent myself for another hearing.
So what do you,
Judge, I did offer plead to count 1, drop count 2. I told him the court would likely give him a fine. It could probably be today, and he could ask the court in advance if he wanted to try to get a Cobb's evaluation type deal.
and sir, what did you wish to do this morning?
If I want to pay the fine, would it be possible to know the amount of the fine right now? And then I can decide if I can go for a further hearing.
The fine for the registration violation,
Yes, ma'am.
it'll be in an area of about $445.
Okay. I think I can pay that.
So sir, is it your position that you wish to plead guilty to the charge of interstate registration violation and accept the people's offer to dismiss the civil infraction? Sorry, you're breaking up.
I do, ma'am.
Sir, you understand that the court accepts your plea in this matter. You won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have an opportunity to present evidence or witnesses on your own behalf.
I accept.
And you're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Sir, is it true that on
Yes.
February 9, 2021, you had an interstate registration violation?
It's true.
Satisfied, Mr. Denowith?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, the court is accepting your plea in this matter. Will assess a fine of $100, cost of $200, there's a $75 crime victims fee, $50 state cost, $20 fund fee,
Okay.
$445. Are you able to pay that amount within 30 days?
Yes.
$30 days to pay. And your current phone number, please.
It's going to be 813-230-3069.
And you can either go online and pay, you can mail it into the court, or you can bring it to the court.
Okay. I got
Anything,
you.
have any questions, Mr. Nashat?
Is it possible to extend the payment terms to 60 days instead of 30 days?
If you need to extend that, you need to contact our collections department, okay?
Okay. And the other charge for the Motor Carrier Safety Act, that's going to be dropped.
That's
right?
dismissed, yes, sir.
All right. I appreciate that, Judge. Thank you very
Not a
much.
problem. Have a good day.
And thank you to my persecutor.
Persecutor. Was that an accident or not? On Riley. Was Mr. Jadala still in the breakout room with her?
I'm right here, Judge. I haven't had a chance to meet with the prosecutor yet. I'm right.
Mr. Denowith and Mr. Jadala into a breakout room.
The persecutor is ready for you.
It's gonna be one of those days. I started this morning so hopeful.
Does that one go to probation?
That one, I need to make some more notes in, but I can't. I need to.
Judge Attorney Woodson is here with his client.
Wait, I have it in my stack. And if Attorney Woodson, I guess my only question would be, do they need to speak to the prosecutor?
Actually, we just need an adjournment. We still don't have discovery in this matter, Your Honor.
Okay, there are, when they come out, there's 2 other matters ahead of you, but we will get right to you thereafter.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, we're still supposed to be watching for the Department of Corrections for some reason. What was that case?
Williams, Judge.
Mary Ann, you are so efficient. I saw what you did there. This is 172546, State of Michigan versus Jason Jones.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just actually sent the chat over to Mary Ann.
You
Stating that
sent what chat?
just stating that we were here. I just wanted to make sure that the court knew.
She does this magic where she brings you in, and because I see that he's scheduled for arraignment, I know those are the magic words to bring you in, call the case, and start proceeding. I see your client. Oh, no, I thought I saw your client. What happened?
He's in here. I think he just has his
Video off.
video off. Jason, would you mind turning your video and audio on? There he goes.
I know I saw his name, which is why Mary Ann said to please bring them in and arraign them. And I have a sticky note to please arraign. So your appearance, please.
Carly Babby appearing on behalf of Mr. Jason Jones.
State your name for me, please, sir.
Jason Jones.
This matter is scheduled for arraignment PCC this morning. As for the arraignment,
Yes, Your Honor, I just wanted to address for the PCC. I did have an opportunity to.
I need you to step back and for the arraignment, please.
No problem. Yes, Your Honor. So this is a case from 2017. We waived the formal hearing or formal reading of the charges, and I've instructed my client to stand mute.
You're
this
back.
morning.
Yes, ma'am. You may proceed.
Thank you. Your Honor, this case is from 2017. My client just became aware of that there was a warrant out. And as soon as he became aware, he retained me. He's taken this very seriously. And I just wanted to address a couple things. He is a business owner. He lives in the state of New Jersey. And he does not have a criminal record. This is actually his first offense. He actually was in the Navy for quite some time. So I personally thank him for his service. So at this time, I'd like to request a personal bond in this matter.
I'm just looking in the file to see if there's any recommendation regarding bond. Your Honor, as far as the people are concerned, this is on the docket as arraignment, and we don't get cases pulled when they just say arraignment. So I'm sure we have the file, but it's not with me today, so I can't really weigh in on bond. I understand, Ms. Gillis. I was looking in the file, and the only thing that I see is a bond recommendation from 2017. You indicated your client's a business owner?
Yes.
Other than himself, do you know if he's responsible for the support of anyone else?
He does have a family that he supports.
Since this matter in 2017, has Mr. Jones picked up any other additional criminal charges in any jurisdiction?
No, Your Honor. This is his first and only.
That is bond at 10,000 personal? And as for the PCC in this matter, you were starting the table for?
Yes, so I had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Gillis on this, and we were asking for an adjournment to get discovery because we don't have any at this time.
How far out do you need to go?
Ms. Gillis, I don't know when you would get discovery on this. I think we were talking about maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not sure how long that would take. I guess it's an old file and it wasn't accessible.
We can go out 3 weeks. Jane, Ms. Gillis, you're on mute.
3 weeks.
3 weeks puts us April the 28th, 2021 at 9 a.m. That would be with Judge Oakley. I'll make a notation in the file that discovery is outstanding. Anything else on behalf of Mr. Jones?
That'll be all.
Thank you. Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Yes, and Miss Babby, can you give me your email right now?
I can just send you an email if that's easier. Okay.
Really, I'll write it down right now. Whatever. You can put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Other than that, we're all set in this matter?
We're all set, Your Honor.
Thank you. This is 210156, State of Michigan versus Lauren Riley.
Oh, Jane Gillis on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Mr. Jadala, I see you're on mute. This matter is scheduled for arraignment this morning.
And Your Honor, good morning. Samer Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Riley. Your Honor, for purposes of today's arraignment, I would waive formal reading and stand mute, Your Honor. At this time, after speaking with the prosecutor, they let me know they have both paper and video evidence that they're going to get to me. Just needed to be uploaded on evidence.com. Your Honor, so I would ask for a pretrial in this matter so I can review all that evidence with Ms. Riley so we can return and hopefully have other fruitful conversations with the court and with the prosecution.
That's correct, Your Honor. My partner here today is literally uploading the disc. We had actually hand discs, which I haven't seen in a year or two, and he's uploading everything right now, and Mr. Jadala should have it this afternoon. So probably a short adjournment is in order.
Short, the next date that is available is May the 15th, May the 19th, 2021 at 10:30 a.m. Back with me.
DCC.
I have this as a state matter. That's the next state date.
Oh, this is a misdemeanor, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
Okay.
As to bond in this matter?
Your Honor, Ms. Riley has no priors. She's gainfully employed as a nurse, Your Honor. Your Honor, she will fully comply with all orders. We're just going to respectfully request a personal bond.
Any comment, Ms. Gillis?
I would imagine that the bond already says no contact with whoever the child in question is.
The child is back in her custody. There's been a CPS investigation. She's been cleared. Child's been back in the custody. This is a matter that I believe the charges happened. I don't know if it was simultaneous or after CPS involvement, but I just want to let the court know that the child is back with Ms. Riley. CPS has granted her, there was never any removal of the children. Would that be correct, Ms. Riley?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so no assault of contact.
Understood.
5,000 personal, no assault of contact with the alleged victim in this matter being E-L-L-I-E, last name R-I-L-E-Y. Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you so very much. And Mrs. Riley, I'll be contacting you once I review all the evidence so we can speak again, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, Ms.
Absolutely.
Riley. Ms. Belcher is here.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Oh, White, wait a minute. Mayo, what happened to Mayo? Orlando Mayo. He's gone. He was here. Then we have White. And Ms. Woodson. This is 210082, State of Michigan versus Tedderall White.
Yes. I'm in court. Get out. Hello?
Yes, I'm here. Wait 1 second. Pierce's, please.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Danian Woodson on behalf of Mr. White.
Mr. White, state your name for me, please.
Chadero White.
Matter is scheduled for PCC this morning. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, we're respectfully requesting an adjournment. We still do not have discovery in this matter.
A 4, 7, PCC.
The adjourn date will be (4/21/2021) at 10 a.m. with Judge Oakley. I've made the notation that discovery is outstanding. Ms. Woodson, does the prosecutor have your email address?
I believe so. It's my first and last name at gmail.com.
Thank you.
Anything else in this matter, Ms. Woodson?
Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor. We'll have that sent to her right away.
Mr. White's bond continues. Mr. White, you have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Belcher.
Yes, Judge.
Houston?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Perfect. This is 210017, State of Michigan versus Leon Houston.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Houston. Mr. Houston, can you please state your name for the judge? Mr. Houston,
Yes, ma'am.
can you please state your name for the judge?
Video.
Mr. Houston,
Yes.
would you state your name, please?
Hello?
Would you state your name, please?
Leon Houston?
Thank you, Mr. Houston. We were here back on February 24th, 2021. The PCC was the PCC. The pretrial was adjourned to today. There was a notation that there was discovery outstanding. How are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, I have received the paper discovery from Ms. Gillis. I would request a brief breakout room with Ms. Gillis to discuss a possible plea resolution. I believe that my client would be prepared to take a plea today if Ms. Gillis will agree to offer him operating while visibly impaired under alcohol.
That's correct. We will continue with that offer. Yep, he can take that
Okay.
today.
Then Mr. Houston would be prepared to move forward with that offer, Your Honor.
The offer is operating while visibly impaired.
Yes,
Correct.
under the influence of, he was under the influence of alcohol.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Mr.
Thank you.
Houston, you were able to hear your attorney this morning? Mr. Houston,
Yes.
did you hear your attorney this morning?
Yes, ma'am. I'm taking the plea.
He's indicated that you want to accept the people's offer to plead guilty to operating under the influence.
Yes, ma'am.
And you wish to avail yourself of that offer.
Yes.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea in this matter, you won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have an opportunity to call witnesses or present evidence on your own behalf.
Did he freeze?
Your Honor, would you like me to call him on the phone
Yeah.
and do it with him on speakerphone?
That might be helpful because there seems to be a slight delay in the.
I can get him on the phone, Your Honor. And then just to confirm, it is an operating while visibly impaired plea, correct?
Correct.
Perfect. And I apologize if I confused you, Judge. They
You
can
said
offer.
two different things, and when I said
I could have misspoke. So there's operating while visibly impaired. They could do it under drugs or alcohol, and both were in Mr. Houston's system. We want it to be the operating while visibly impaired just under the alcohol, so he avoids any license sanctions for the operating while visibly impaired under drugs.
Absolutely.
That's fine with us.
And I apologize, Judge, for any confusion I caused you.
Ms. Belcher, no worries. I think we're all on the same page now.
Hello?
Mr. Houston, mute yourself or log off of Zoom, and we're going to do it with you on speaker because you're.
No, he's going to mute himself on Zoom.
Okay.
Thank you. So, Mr. Houston, my question to you was, there's an offer from the people that you will plead guilty to operating while visibly impaired by alcohol. And you wish to avail yourself of that offer?
Yes.
You understand that the court accepts your plea in this matter. You won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses or present evidence on your own behalf.
Yes.
And you're hearing this plea voluntarily.
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way to get you to plead guilty.
Mr. Houston, it may be helpful if you mute the device that you're on Zoom because you're getting feedback. So log off of that, sir.
Okay. Hello?
Mr. Houston,
Ma'am.
is it true that on December 8th, 2019, where in the city of Romulus, you were operating a vehicle while visibly impaired by alcohol?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Ms. Gillis?
That's fine with me. Satisfied.
Ms. Belcher?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Please accept it to the reduced charge of operating while visibly impaired. As for sentencing,
Your Honor, would you be looking to do a sentencing date after pre-sentence investigation report has been completed?
correct. I was gonna say I'll send Mr. Houston over to probation for PSI. And I don't appear to have a phone number for him.
I can provide that to you, Your Honor, whenever you're ready.
Please, I'm ready.
It's 313-458-3587.
Mr. Houston, the probation department is going to be in contact with you to complete a pre-sentence investigation. And when that's complete, the matter will be scheduled for sentencing.
Okay.
Okay, anything else, Ms. Belcher?
No, Your Honor. Thank you so much for your time.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. We're all set. Mr. Houston, have a great day.
And you as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Mr. Houston. Thank you, Judge. I will see you in person in about an hour.
Yes, Ms. Belcher, and the room is freshly cleaned and sanitized.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, I have Attorney Medina here for Rosario Diego.
Correct. This is
Hi, Crystal.
This is 0S37711770A and B, State of Michigan versus Reyes Rosario Diego.
Gillis, on behalf of the people, can you tell me where that is on the docket? I'm trying to.
It's at 10:30.
Perfect, I got it. Thank you.
This is a state matter scheduled for arraignment pretrial.
Crystal Marie Medina, Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Rosario Diego. Your Honor, I have not had an opportunity, with regards to the arraignment, I would waive formal reading and stand mute. My client is available at my office via Zoom when necessary. I would ask to waive his presence for purposes of the arraignment and an opportunity to pre-try the matter with Ms. Gillis.
Any objection from the people?
Nope, we can go in a breakout room if you want.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is the interpreter for this case?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
here.
Okay.
Marianne, while they're gone,
Yes.
we had from our 9 o'clock docket, Girl S 3756072 A, B, and C. This was the state of Michigan versus Vito Logistics. This was a civil infraction, motor vehicle carrier violation, equipment violation, and a state misdemeanor, interstate registration violations. I have not seen Vito Logistics.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but there are some people in the waiting room. I could pull them
Oh my
in.
gosh.
If they're
Could you please?
associated, yes.
I'm gonna step off for just 1 second while you do that.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Mr. Shadala, do you know if Mr. McDaniels is here? You're muted.
I do not. What time was Mr. McDaniel scheduled for?
10:45, but I need to go into the office today and I was hoping to do that by noon, so.
I'll text him now.
All right, thank you.
The person with Tribute Monarch, can you hear me? Scott Riley, can you hear me? The person with the phone number that starts with 786, what is your name, please?
Orlando.
Okay. And you have a interpreter, correct?
Yeah, I need an interpreter.
I'm here. I am the interpreter for Mr. Mayo.
Okay.
Is Jane in a breakout room or Mr. Denowith in a breakout room?
Yes, Jane is.
Were you done checking everybody in?
I am. I'm bringing one attorney in. Mr. Ashford has been here. He is here for a 9:30. If you want, I can bring him in.
Yes, please. Is it Mr. Ashford? This is 0S3782112 A and B. State of Michigan versus Christian Anthony Ashford. Appearances?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Raj Shataria, but I'm here on behalf of Brian Juby, case 210018.
Can you hear me, sir?
There's one matter ahead of you if you would sit tight, okay?
Sure.
Thank you. Parties are back on Rosario Diego.
Yes, Your
Yep.
Honor. We did have an opportunity to pre-try the matter, and I was just hoping to speak to my client briefly. I have him on telephone, just speak to him briefly. I think we resolved the matter by way of a civil infraction. So I just wanted to confirm that I have permission to plead responsible on his behalf.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Me?
Is Mr. Juby present?
He is. He's sitting right next to me, Judge.
This is 210018 SD, State of Michigan versus Brian Harold Juby.
Good morning, Your Honor. Raj Shataria appearing on behalf of Mr. Juby, who is seated to my left.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
We were here back on 2/24/2021 for the original pre-trial. The matter was adjourned for today. There was discovery outstanding. What are we doing this morning?
Your Honor, if I can be placed in a breakout room with Ms. Gillis to discuss the matter, I would appreciate that. I did receive the discovery from her office.
I don't know that she was giving you the thumbs up, but there's just one matter when Attorney Medina comes back. I don't know that I want Ms. Gillis to leave while we have we're waiting to resolve the Rosario Diego matter.
And I think she'll be real quick.
Right. So Mr. Sataria, if you would just sit tight for a second, I'd appreciate it.
Sure, no problem.
There's two this afternoon. That's it. Okay.
And a bench trial.
Listen, we have to be optimistic. And I see somebody with an iPhone. Thank you.
My general rule of thumb is when I have exams is if there's 4, probably 2 are going to go. And that system worked really well until I had Livonia once last winter. Every exam went and the bench trial.
Mr. Washington's here. A little early for the 1 o'clock. He might be bringing good tidings to us. Mr. Washington?
Yes, yes, good morning, Your Honor. I'm scheduled to do a live exam on Kelvin Ware at 1 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
And I just found out that he's incarcerated, I believe, in the Livingston County Jail.
But Mr. Washington, it's my understanding, Officer Brooks, it's my understanding that Mr. Ware was being brought here.
Yes, Huron Township was.
Huron Township is bringing him over for you at 1 p.m.
Oh, at 1 p.m.?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay then.
Were you
All
just
right.
were you just verifying his attendance?
Yeah, I was under the impression that he was out, and I was trying to locate him, and I got word that he was incarcerated. Now the word I got was Livingston County, but
That was my understanding as well. And I don't
Okay.
know, the post it became being transported here, and my officer is standing right here.
So,
Officer standing right here, and he's confirmed that he will be here at 1 p.m.
the, Livingston's probably
12:30
closer
actually.
than downtown. Livingston County Jail's probably closer than downtown to here. Mr. Washington, I just want to put you on notice. I'm here with Ben Denna with the other APA. He's probably going to be doing the exam. We will intend to put, we are going to request that the judge add felony firearm if the evidence proves that to his case. It should have been charged originally.
okay, well, maybe that'll have something to do with our holding the exam or not. So,
And Mr. Washington, your client will be here at 12:30. If you want to shuffle over here a little earlier and chit chat with him, and maybe we can get it
Okay.
resolved. Dealer's choice.
okay.
Okay.
I still have a matter that I haven't finished in 36th District Court. So if that lingers on, I'll call the court.
Much appreciated.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. I see Miss Gillis, you could have been in the breakout room with Mr. Sataria. I'm not complaining. You're talking to yourself while you're on mute. Oh,
Oh,
see, Miss Medina's
see that?
back. That was wonderful. Miss Medina,
Hi.
back on the record with Rosario Diego.
Okay, Crystal Marie Medina, and on behalf of Mr. Rosario Diego, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm a little bit off of my normal today.
No, ma'am, you're fine.
I appreciate you. I did have an opportunity to speak with Prosecutor Gillis. At this time, I believe the people would agree to dismiss the driving without a valid license or multiple licenses. I believe it's listed as, and if my client pleads responsible to the civil infraction of failure to stop within a shared clear distance. And I have spoken to my client about that, and I am prepared to plead responsible on his behalf.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Oops. So make a notation in the file that the no license, multiple license is dismissed on agreement of the parties, and that Rosario Diego is pleading responsible on the failure to stop with a short, clear distance. Is there anything else in this matter?
No, I do not believe so, Your Honor, not that I'm aware of.
Nope, that's it.
Fine, total fine in this matter be $195. That doesn't seem right, does it? I'm talking to myself, I'm sorry. $195. Can your client pay that within 30 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Medina?
No, Your Honor, and I'd like to say bye to you and your wonderful, amazing staff.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you. Take care. Bye. Bye, Jane. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Now we are back on sending Ms. Gillis into a breakout room with Mr. Sutaria.
Yep.
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 I appreciate the fact that we are running live on YouTube. I really do. And from time to time, I ask questions and I get support from our criminal clerk, Heather. And I thank her for that. It is a group effort every day. And I am truly appreciative of everyone who makes this run as smoothly as it does. Mary Ann for moving people around, Heather for the getting answers to my questions magically, and for Officer Brooks for getting the files out of the way so we can see what's actually left. And Levi Gardner, who's in the waiting room. Here you go. Okay. Thank you. Oh, this was Mr. Gardner. Levi Gardner.
Good morning, Judge Martin.
Good morning.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Go ahead.
I was just wondering, is Ms. Gillis the only APA today, or is Ben Denwith there as well?
Mr. Denwith is here as well.
Is there any way that I can do a breakout room with him?
There is not. I think they're sharing a singular access.
I see.
Are you here for Gardner?
No, Judge. I'm here on Patrick Thomas.
Prosecutor is in with someone else. I'll put you in line to talk to them. What happened to? I'll put you in line to talk to them if you want to sit tight.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. Mary Ann, what happened with Ashford? I have files out and I don't know why they're out. So I'm going to put them back for right now. That's what I thought.
Ma'am, Christian Ashford is here.
Mr. Ashford, hold on one quick second. Why was this on the summary?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can hear you now, but I can't see you.
Who's talking?
Levi Gardner.
Mr. Gardner, we're not quite ready for you. Sit tight, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. This is 0S3782. Mr. Ashford, we don't have a prosecutor in the room right now. If you would sit tight.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Judge, just checking in on Austin McDaniel and Marcus Schaefer.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Ms. Fortier, what we'll do, I'm going to put Schaefer and McDaniel on the side for just 1 second. Juby came out of a breakout, and when I send Ms. Gillis back with Patrick Thomas's attorney, I'll take care of those two matters, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Recalling 210018, State of Michigan versus Juby.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Raj Shatari on behalf of Mr. Juby.
What are we doing this morning?
I have offered to dismiss the high BAC and let him plead to operating while intoxicated first offense.
That is correct. My understanding as well.
Mr. Gardner, you can put the cigarette out. I'd appreciate it. And you understand that to be the offer, Mr. Shatari, and your client wishes to avail himself of the people's offer?
He does, Your Honor.
Mr. Juby is sitting right there to your left.
Correct.
Mr. Juby, you've been able to participate in this morning's conversation,
Yes.
and you wish to avail yourself of the people's offer or they will dismiss the high BAC and you will plead to operating while intoxicated.
Yes,
And you're doing so freely and voluntarily.
I am.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea in this matter, you won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to present witnesses or evidence on your own behalf.
I understand.
Sir, is it true that on November 23rd, 2018, the city of Romulus, you operated while you were intoxicated?
Yes,
Satisfied, Ms. Gillis?
Satisfied.
Satisfied, Mr. Sataria?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will accept your plea. The matter will be referred to probation. And after you complete the investigation with probation, the matter will be scheduled for sentencing. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Sataria?
Quickly, Judge, for the probation screening, the PSI, will that be done via email or?
Virtually?
I'm sorry?
It'll be done, will it be done virtually?
Yeah, virtually.
Yes, it will be. The phone number, I have a phone number for Mr. Juby.
What's their number?
it's excuse me, 630 501 7631.
Go get Subway and come back.
You broke out for 1 second. 630, the next three?
501.
Okay.
You don't do this video when it's over.
That's the number that probation will use to get in touch with you, okay?
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're all set. Have a good day, Mr. Juby. Ms. Gillis and the attorney for Mr. Thomas into a breakout room, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is 201-663 SM, State of Michigan versus Austin McDaniel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Darian Fortier on behalf of the people.
And respect to Your Honor, Sam Mercadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. McDaniel.
This matter was scheduled for a conditional bond violation.
Yes, Judge.
And Your Honor, that's what I was notified yesterday by the clerk that this matter was going to be put on today's docket, Your Honor. I had a chance to speak with Mr. McDaniel yesterday regarding this matter. I believe he does join us via Zoom at this point.
Oh, he is on Zoom. Okay.
I don't see him.
The person with the name of iPhone, can you hear me?
There's no one in the waiting room? Mr. Giselle, you want to see if you can get a hold of him for me, please?
Sure.
This other matter, Ms. Fortier, was 21VB00031 A, B, and C.
Hello.
Mr. McDaniel, are you with us?
I'm sorry?
I'm here.
Your Honor, I have Mr. McDaniel on speakerphone. I'm not sure if you guys can hear him. He's saying that he's logged on and for some reason his microphone will not work while on Zoom.
Yeah, it just logged me out, actually.
Oh, he couldn't connect to audio. That was him on the iPhone.
So in this matter, I'm sorry, this is still McDaniel. We are scheduled for an 11 a.m. conditional bond violation. I have the appearances of the attorney. And sir, state your full name for me, please.
Mr. McDaniel, would you state your full name for the judge?
What's that? I'm sorry.
State your full name for the judge, please.
Austin Michael Ray McDaniel.
Thank you.
Judge, I just know that there was a bond violation. I'm not sure what the violation was.
The violation alleges that Mr. McDaniel, hold on, sorry, clip to the front. Bond was originally set on December 8th, 2020 by Judge Oakley. And at that time, there was a condition that he have no contact with the complaining victim, no third-party contact, no texting, no cell phone or social network contact. There is an allegation submitted to the court by the Wayne County Sheriff's Department that on April 1st, 2021 at 5:32 p.m., that Mr. McDaniel did in fact contact the complaining victim in this case, that being Deanna Gibson. There were text messages sent to her a copy of the text messages have been provided to the court with Mr. McDaniel or someone identifying themselves as Austin reached out to the complaining victim, which would be a violation of the conditional bond set by Judge Oakley back in December.
And respectfully, on behalf of Mr. McDaniel, I've at length spoken to Mr. McDaniel. He denies making any type of contact, whether it be a phone, whether it be a social media, whether personal, with the alleged victim. He understands, he understood at the time Judge Oakley gave him the bond what no contact meant. Been in contact with them throughout his court appearances. He denies making any such communications or contact.
Okay, Judge.
Yeah, the last time I ever had.
Hold on 1 second.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, Ms. Fortier.
Judge, Heather was gracious enough to send me the email for a second time. I don't know where it went on Monday. And I do have the picture of the text message that does indicate that it was, I mean, it does indicate it was Austin. It's a new number. Judge, it's problematic. I mean, any sort of contact is problematic. Obviously, the people understand that contact by text is maybe the least problematic, but I do have concerns that this will escalate, and a tether doesn't do anything to prevent electronic contact. So I'm kind of at a loss here. I guess my question would be, does Mr. McDaniel have a monetary bond, or is it a personal bond?
It's a personal bond.
Your Honor, I will let this court know, Your Honor, that since the onset, it's been a personal bond. There has been no previous allegations. He denies these current allegations. He tells me he doesn't have any alternate number or a different number. I've always contacted him on the same number. So I know the person on the text is being identified as Austin, but Mr. McDaniel tells me that he takes his freedom very seriously, and he wouldn't threaten his freedom by contacting someone he was told not to contact.
Absolutely.
Judge, I suppose at this point, the people would ask for a strong reprimand and a note in the file that indicates that there was allegedly contact this time. Um, I'm inclined to ask for some monetary bond, just so maybe Mr. McDaniel takes it a little bit more seriously. I do acknowledge that the number that the text came from is not saved in the complaining witness's phone as Mr. McDaniel or anything like that, but would note that it does indicate that it is an Austin that's texting her, indicates that the person was, I believe, scared to admit to who it was. So I just would like to, take care of this before it turns into something more serious.
Yeah.
Mr. Jadala, the phone number Mr. Jadala, the phone number that you used this morning to call your client ends in what 3 digits, please? What 4 digits, please?
So you give me 1 second, Judge. I will let you know right now.
Thank you.
5300, Your Honor.
At this time, I'm going to take Mr. Jadala at his word as an officer of the court that he has only used the number that has been on file with the court to contact Mr. McDaniel. As indicated, the text messages provided to the court this morning have a different last 4 digits. It does not specifically say Austin McDaniel. The court is unable to make a finding that this defendant, Austin Michael Ray McDaniel, has violated the terms of the conditional bond in this matter. For some reason, if Mr. McDaniel has secured or has used another line to contact Ms. Gibson, the complaining victim in this case, I will reiterate to him that no contact means no contact. No contact of any kind for any reason, through any method. I made a notation in the file that although the court is unable to confirm that the text messages are from this defendant, that the conditions of bond have been reiterated significantly to the defendant. And if there are any subsequent allegations between now and the bench trial scheduled for May the 24th at 9:30, any allegation that the bond has been violated again will be taken very seriously, and Mr. McDaniel may find himself facing an amendment to his bond conditions that he might find less than desirable. Anything further, Ms. Fortier?
Nothing from the people, Judge. Thank you.
Anything further, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing, Your Honor. Your Honor, I just asked for the case number one more time, if this court can indulge me.
201663 SM. Mr. McDaniel, were you able to understand and hear everything I said this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. If we're all on the same page, we're all set. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Judge, Mr. Kearney is here on Mr. Schaefer.
That's what I was going to call. 21VB 00031 A, B, and C. Marcus Lee Schaefer.
Judge, I have Mr. Schaefer's case number as 21-0128.
Mr. Schaefer has 2 sets of files with us this morning, 210128FY. Thank you, Ms. Fortier. State of Michigan versus Marcus Lee Schaefer. The matter was scheduled for PCC this morning.
Blaze Kearney on behalf of Mr. Schaefer, who I do not believe is with us today. I can tell the court that I attempted to reach out to him at the number I had previously contacted him at, which is the one that was provided by the court or by trial court services. When I called that number, I had texted that number yesterday because I like to do that to remind clients of the dates. But when I called this number this morning, it said that the number wasn't receiving any phone calls. I checked. I don't know where he may be in particular.
Judge, at this time, the people had moved for a KPS. This was scheduled at 9 a.m. It's now 11:45.
I would note, Judge, that Mr. Schaefer did appear at the previous court date. I would object to the issuance of a KPS. Obviously, the legislature literally just reformed all of the bail laws and circumstances under which a bench warrant may be issued last week. If I apologize for this. If Mr. Schaefer were not charged with domestic violence, if he instead were charged with CCW or OWI or possession of any number of controlled substances, the court would actually have no ability to issue a bench warrant for him. It is by virtue of the fact that he is charged with domestic violence that the court will have the ability to issue a bench warrant if it wants. But I don't think that's going to be commensurate with the spirit of what the legislature is trying to do, which is not have somebody be potentially removed from lose their job, lose their house, or lose their housing, their livelihood, because there may have been a mix-up or they weren't able to pay their phone bill. So at this juncture, we don't have any information that Mr. Schaefer had received adequate notice of today's date and court hearing. And the court isn't in any worse position because he's not here, because we're here for a PCC. I'd understand if we're talking about an exam, if we're sitting there with witnesses like we were with Mr. Halliburton the other day, and people had gone out of their way and the court had set aside time to do something substantive. But we're just here for a PCC, so I'd ask the court to withhold entering a bench warrant for an additional court date.
Anything else, Ms. Fortier?
No, I would just note that regardless of the change in the legislature for all these other things, Mr. Schaefer isn't charged with any of these other things. He is charged with domestic violence, and my motion for a KPA still stands, Judge. Thank you.
Motion of the people is granted. I would note for the record that Mr. Schaefer was arraigned back on February 26, 2021. This court arraigned him, advised him of the dates to appear. He then appeared for PCC with Judge Oakley on March the 10th, which Judge Oakley's clerk or Judge Oakley himself would have provided the adjourned PCC date of April the 7th, 2021 at 9 a.m. Mr. Schaefer has failed to appear. I haven't heard a reason for his failure to appear, given the fact that he was given notice and notice was mailed out to him by our criminal department. There is no one in the court's waiting room. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Fortier?
Nothing from the people, Judge. Thank you very much.
Anything else, Mr. Kearney?
No, Judge.
We're all set. Have a good day. Thank you, sir. I see that the parties are back on. Ms. Fortier, did you have anything else?
Judge, I was just noting that was my last matter for today, and I will admit I'm not going to be sad to not be here next Tuesday.
I'll see you in 3 weeks is the story.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Have a good afternoon, ma'am.
You too.
I see that Ms. Castow is back for Mr. Thomas.
Your Honor, actually, we were kicked out of the Zoom breakout room, and I didn't want to interrupt the court because you were on the record.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Marianne will move you back into a breakout room.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Kearney, did you have something else?
He does. He has something with the prosecutor Brookins.
And I see the prosecutor. That's why I'm looking for what the case is.
And then we also still have the interpreter who is here for Mayo.
MDOC is the Williams matter. Have you seen MODC?
I have not.
MODC, MDOC.
I knew you.
As for the Mayo matter, I was waiting for a prosecutor, but if Mr. Mayo is still here, did I see him on a cell phone number before? This is 0S3802904ST, State of Michigan versus Orlando Mayo. Where's Mr. Denowith? I mean, this is the arraignment in this matter. Sir, would you state, oh, I'm sorry, Madam Interpreter?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that you will translate English into Spanish and Spanish into English to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you, ma'am. And sir, would you state your name for the record, please?
Señor, ¿puede decir su nombre para que conste en el acta, por favor?
Orlando Mayo.
Today is the day and time for arraignment in this matter.
Hoy es el día asignado para la lectura de cargos en este asunto.
It's alleged that on October 15, 2020,
Se dice que en octubre 15 del 2020,
You spilled your load on the highway.
Why?
usted derramó la carga de su vehículo en la autopista.
This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail.
Es una ofensa que se castiga con hasta 93 días en la cárcel.
And fines of $500, up to $500 plus court costs.
Y multas de hasta $500 más costos de tribunal.
Is there an offer on this matter, Ms. Gillis? This is Orlando Mayo. And they're calling MDOC right now, Mr. Kearney. Jane, if you're giving the offer on Mayo, you're on mute.
Time was the Orlando Mayo case at? Oh, I see it, 10:30. And you just had the spill load?
Yes.
Misdemeanor. Is that a civil infraction or a misdemeanor?
Misdemeanor.
Who's the attorney on this?
This is the arraignment.
Oh. And not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? How about defective equipment? I'll offer defective equipment if he wants to take that, which is a civil infraction as opposed to a misdemeanor.
Madam Interpreter, if you would relay that offer, the people are offering to amend to a civil infraction of defective equipment.
La oferta de la fiscal sería equipo defectuoso en lugar del derrame de la autopista.
Okay.
Okay.
And he wishes to avail himself of that offer?
Can you repeat that?
He wishes to plead responsible to the defective load. I'm sorry, to the defective equipment.
¿Usted desea declararse culpable en la oferta de equipo defectuoso?
¿Y cuánto tendría que pagar por eso?
Interpreter couldn't hear the Mr. Mayor. ¿Puede repetir, por favor, más fuerte?
¿Qué tendría que pagar yo entonces por eso?
What would be the punishment for that one?
The fine for defective equipment would be, I'm waiting for a response from the criminal department.
La multa sería, estoy esperando la respuesta del
$200.
$200.
Okay.
Okay.
He wishes to plead responsible?
¿Desea declararse culpable?
Sí.
Yes.
Accept his plea of responsible for defective equipment, assess a fine of $200. Can he pay that within 30 days?
Acepto su declaración de culpable para equipo defectuoso con una multa de $200. ¿Usted puede pagarlo en los próximos 30 días?
¿Y cómo podría pagarla? ¿Tengo que llamar por teléfono o en la página de ellos?
How can I pay it? Do I have to call to a phone, or can I pay it via website?
Website.
Por la página web.
Okay.
Okay.
$200 within 30 days?
$200 dentro de los 30 días.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. We're all set. Have a good day, Mr. Mayo.
Estamos listos. Que tenga buen día, señor Mayo.
Igualmente, gracias.
Thank you. Same to you.
We received an update from the jail on, not the jail, from MDOC on Anthony Williams. This is 210167. The state of Michigan versus Anthony Keith Williams.
Good morning, Your Honor. Natalie Brookins here on behalf of the people.
Blaze Kearney from the Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit, P83960 on behalf of Mr. Williams, who's not here.
Ms. Brookins and Mr. Kearney, we received notice from MDOC that Mr. Williams is no longer available and that we need to reschedule the arraignment in this matter, the arraignment PCC in this matter.
I'm gonna, artfully say I'm gonna call BS on that excuse, but for the MDOC, how Mr. Williams and I spoke recently, he was very eager to have his court date, and I don't understand how they never logged on, correct? MDOC just wasn't here.
I can't say one way or the other, Mr. Kearney. I actually did not watch the waiting room the entire 2.5 hours that we've been on the record this morning. I know that I specifically, when you came back on, I asked, did you have anything else? Other check, and the note that I received back is that he is no longer available. If you want to call whatever you want to call between you and MDOC, that's a conversation with the two of you for another day. I can only tell you what I see, that he is not available. This matter is alleged to offense date of 2009. Warrant was just entered with us on March 17th. Saying all that to say, I'm not sure what happened with MDOC.
I understand I'm probably airing some of my dirty laundry and frustrations that I have with the MDOC
No worries.
in front of the court, but it's part of a pattern, I'll have to say.
Well, for that reason, I'm not sure what date Heather wants us to put it over to or out to, or I'll leave a sticker on the file that we need to please arraign Mr. Williams. And Heather, is it sufficient that we put it over next week? Or I don't know, I'm sorry, Attorney Brookins, are you available? When oh, please, 2 weeks. At least 2 weeks. If we put it over to the 21st? At 10 a.m., are you both available?
I have a motion hearing that I'm supposed to be arguing. It's not in person at 9. So if the court had like a 10:30, that might be a 10:30 or 11. That might be a safer slot.
I only see the 10 o'clock. I mean, if the 28th, whatever time they want. Oh, really? Heather said whatever time you want. So if 10:30, Heather, that's an available time? It can be, okay. Adjourn to 4/21/2021 at 10:30 a.m. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Brookins?
I just want to make sure that the 6.202 notice that I filed made it into your file, the court file. By filed, I mean I emailed it to Heather and she said she would print it for you.
She printed it. It's right here off to the side. I did receive it this morning.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And I will put it in the file. And we will see you both back here on April 21st.
May I be heard regarding discovery, Judge?
Absolutely.
As the court noted from the outset, this is a 2009 case, so there's a couple of sticky issues that are going to come up. The first of which is that the DNA testing in this case, it wasn't backlogged and then recently completed. The DNA testing was actually completed in 2013. So the underlying data for entry of the reports, and I assume when Ms. Brookins said 6.202 notice for the purpose of the preliminary exam, you're interested in 11B, 76411B, correct?
As well as 6.202, yes.
Right, but that's 202s for trial way later. So the issue is, I don't know in terms of tracking down those electropherograms, interpretation guidelines, policies in effect in the lab, both in the MSP lab and their contractor lab, which is Bodie Forensics, which is operated out of Northern Virginia. or Bodie Technologies is going to be a problematic. I highlight that not to just kind of be a stick in the mud about discovery, but there are irregularities in the way the DNA testing was conducted in this case that doesn't meet national standards for how casework is supposed to be done. So I imagine that is going to be an issue that's going to come up. And then second is I don't have any digital discovery yet in terms of recorded interviews. There's noted that there was in February of this year a recorded interview with a complainant regarding identification of 2 gas stations. So to the extent the prosecution has access to those, I would like those to be disclosed so we can have a fuller conversation on the 21st.
When you're referencing digital recordings, are you talking about of the defendant or?
No, the complaining witness. It indicates that in February of 2021 that the complainant went down to the Guardian building to interview with the detective. That's sort of where she allegedly identifies the gas stations which she walked to following this incident. And so the detective says I showed her some maps and she said X, Y, and Z. If there's a recording of that, I would like it. If not, I would like confirmation there's not recording because I think it may go to my cross.
That's not, there's no recordings of that.
Cool.
Anything else, Mr. Kearney?
Nothing at this juncture, Judge. I just received discovery. I was able to piece it together this morning, so I'm sure I'll have more as I get a chance to delve into it.
Thank you. Back with Judge Oakley on 4/21/2021. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good one.
Is Ms. Gillis here?
I'm here.
Thank you. This is 0S37814889, State of Michigan versus Levi Gardner. Mr. Gardner, thank you for your patience this morning. Would you state your name for me, please?
Levi Gardner.
This matter is scheduled for arraignment pretrial. Mr. Gardner, it is alleged that on September 9th, 2020, in Van Buren Township, you had open intoxicants in the vehicle. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and fines of $500 in court costs. Again, this matter is scheduled for arraignment this morning. Was it your intention to complete the arraignment in pro per, or were you looking to have the assistance of counsel?
Guilty.
My options to you, Mr. Gardner, were you trying to proceed on your own this morning, or did you wish to have the assistance of counsel?
Wish to have assistance of counsel.
For arraignment purposes only.
We have some witnesses here, apparently.
We have Mr. Jadala present. This is open intoxicants in the vehicle.
Mr. Gardner, accept the invitation to go out into a breakout room, please.
Okay.
Did we ever, oh, yep, Mr. Ashford's back. This is 0S37821112 A and B. This is State of Michigan versus Christian Anthony. This matter was scheduled for 9:30. Mr. Ashford, I'm going to thank you for your patience this morning.
No problem.
Your matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial, sir. It's alleged that on September 1st, 2020, in the city of Romulus, you had no license or multiple licenses on your person. You also had, that's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail plus fines of $500 plus court costs. On that same day, also in the city of Romulus, you have a civil infraction of violation of basic speed law.
Does he want an, oh,
Ms. Gillis?
Does he have an attorney yet or no?
He does not have an attorney.
Okay.
Mr. Ashford, did you intend to proceed on your own this morning, or were you looking to speak to the court-appointed attorney?
I was looking to speak to an attorney.
He just went into a breakout room with another person. Ms. Gillis, was there something you were going to say?
Oh, well, my offer would, well, I can tell Sammer my offer, or do you want me to put the offer on the record right now?
You can put on the record, please.
I would allow him to plead to allowing unlicensed person to drive and then drop the basic speed law.
Mr. Ashford, did you hear what the prosecutor said?
Yes, but I don't exactly understand. Could you please clarify?
The people are offering, the prosecutor is offering to dismiss the civil infraction of speeding if you plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. But the court-appointed attorney just came out of the breakout room with another defendant. If you wish to speak to him, or do you wish to avail yourself of the people's offer?
Can I speak to the attorney, please?
You can. There's one matter that I'll conduct, and then you sit tight, you'll get an invitation to go into a breakout room.
Okay.
Mr. Jadala is back with Mr. Gardner.
Your Honor, was there an offer on Gardner?
There was not an offer. Would you like an offer?
Yes, please.
I can do disorderly conduct if you want.
And we are ready to proceed, Your Honor, and my client would like to avail himself to that, Judge.
Mr. Gardner, are you back with us?
Yes.
Ask for the arraignment in this matter.
Your Honor, we'll waive formal reading and stand mute.
Mr.
Hello?
Gardner, yes, sir, I'm here. There is an offer from the people and an indication from Mr. Jadala that you'd like to accept the offer to plead
Yes.
to disorderly person.
No. Open and talks.
Mr. Gardner, we're asking that you take the deal to disorderly person so you do not have an alcohol offense on your record. It is still a misdemeanor, but it is a better situated misdemeanor to resolve this matter in a better fashion for you. You understand?
Yes.
And you'd want to do that. You want to plead to disorderly person rather than open intox today. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
And you understand the rights you are waiving that I described to you. You're waiving those rights by pleading guilty today. You understand?
Yes.
And Mr. Gardner, it's true that on September 9, 2020, in Van Buren Township, you were in fact a disorderly person.
Yes.
Satisfied, Ms. Gillis?
Satisfied.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
The court will accept your plea. Mr. Gardner, ask for fines and costs in this matter. Court will assess a $100 fine, $300 cost, $75 crime victims, $50 state cost, $20 fund fee for a total of $545. Mr. Gardner, are you able to pay that within 30 days?
Yes.
Your phone number, please.
734-833-4202.
Sir, what will happen is 30 days to pay, or the collection, the matter will go to collections, okay?
Yes.
You can either go online and pay it, you can bring it to the court, or you can mail it to the court, okay?
Yes.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge.
Mr. Gardner, you're all set. You have a good day.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. You too.
Thank you. Mr. Ashford's going to go into a breakout room with Mr. Jadala. It's operating with no license or multiple licenses and speeding. The offer from the people is allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. The case number, Mr. Jadala, is 0S3782112A and B. And I see that the attorney, Ms. Castow, is back. Are we ready in Thomas?
Yes.
We're ready, Judge.
This is 210113, State of Michigan versus Patrick Thomas.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people. The
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Nancy Castor from Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit on behalf of Mr. Patrick Thomas.
Is Mr. Thomas with us? I'm sorry.
Your Honor, I did receive information from family members that Mr. Thomas is actually at a halfway house, and I actually just found out that it might be share house. And because this happened within very short amount of time, I wasn't able to arrange with share house for him to appear via Zoom. So I respectfully ask the court to waive his presence for today's court purpose.
And I have no objection to that, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the situation is that she was sent all the discovery video and paper, and something happened with the body worn camera. Ms. Castow can only hear the audio part, but she can't see the body cams. I put a call into the officer in charge. He's not at the office right now. He's going to look into that. There is an outside chance there might be an offer. He also told me that he would talk to his officers and see what their feelings are on that too. So I'm asking if we could come back in even a week or 2 weeks. I think that we can make some progress.
Week or 2 weeks, Ms. Castow?
Yes, Judge, I'm just checking my calendar real quick. Judge, I'm available on the 21st, if that's a good date for the prosecutor and Your Honor.
Absolutely. PCC will be adjourned to April 21st, 2021 at 9:45 p.m. 9:45 a.m. That would be with Judge Oakley. Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Castow?
No, Your Honor. I will be in contact with Ms. Gillis regarding the discovery and also any other information that might be useful. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too.
The parties are back on Ashford. Mr. Jadala, did you have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Ashford?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how are we proceeding this afternoon?
And Your Honor, for purposes of today's arraignment, we waive formal reading and stand mute, and we'd like to accept the offer made by the prosecution, whereby Mr. Ashford will be pleading to one count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, and the other two matters are being dismissed.
Mr. Ashford, you heard the statements made by Mr. Jadala this morning,
Yes, ma'am.
and you wish to avail yourself of the offer from the prosecutor to plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, understanding that the other matters, the speeding and the no license, multiple license, would be dismissed.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand the rights you're giving up by pleading guilty this morning.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court accepts, Sir, is it true that on September 1st, 2020, in the city of Romulus, you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Ms. Gillis?
Satisfied.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala? The court will accept your plea, Mr. Ashford. Will assess a fine of $100, cost of $300. There's a $75 crime victims fee, $50 state cost, $20 fund fee for a total of $545. Sir, are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
I would like more time, Your Honor.
Your phone number, please.
313-289-9558.
Sir, the matter will be referred to collections for a payment plan. You can also go on the court's website to request a payment plan.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge.
We're all set, Mr. Ashford. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't see anyone else in our waiting room, Mary Ann.
Ms. Gillis, did you get my chat on Mr. Gonzalez that said at 3:30?
I'll be honest, I didn't look.
Well, I have a Gonzalez at 3:30. I don't know if there's civil infractions. I have my client's authority. I didn't know if you can offer something, if we could take care of it now rather than me logging back in at 3:30.
He's got equipment violation and no seatbelt.
Correct.
Mary Ann, would you move them into a breakout room, please? This is 210155, State of Michigan versus Tila Moniz Black. This matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 10:15 this morning. It is now 12:15 by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, bench warrant shall issue. This is 0S37666426ST, State of Michigan versus Carlos Gray. This matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 8:45 this morning. It is now 12:16 PM by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, habeas will issue. This is 1S3848930. A and B, State of Michigan versus Samuel Hypes, HYPES. This matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial. There's an accompanying civil infraction. The matter was scheduled for 10 a.m. It is now 12:16 p.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear. The civil infraction will be found to be in default. Bench warrant shall issue as to the state misdemeanor matter. This is 1S3794451ST, State of Michigan versus Marquise Jordan. This matter was scheduled for 9:45 a.m. It is now 12:17 p.m. by the court's clock. There is no one in the court's virtual waiting room. Defendant having failed to appear, bench warrant shall issue. This is 0S3750118ST, State of Michigan versus Jeffrey Minter. This matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9 o'clock. It is now the who? It is now 12:17 by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, there being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, bench warrant shall issue in this matter. This is 1S3793688ST, State of Michigan versus Medrick Palmer. This matter was scheduled for 9:45 a.m. It is now 12:18 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear, bench warrant shall issue. This is 0S377738ST, State of Michigan versus Devontes Seed. This matter was scheduled for 9:15 a.m. It is now 12:18 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear, habeas will issue. This is 0S3776448ST, State of Michigan versus Torrance Taylor. This matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9 a.m. It is now 12:19 by the court's clock, 12:19 p.m. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear, bench warrant shall issue. This is 0S3756072. A, B, and C. The matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial. As to the B file, scheduled for 8:45 a.m. It is now 12:19 p.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, bench warrant shall issue. As for the accompanying civil infractions, that being the A file and the C file, again, defendant having failed to appear, it being 12:19 p.m. by the court's clock. No one being in the court's virtual waiting room. These matters will be deemed to be in default. This is 201469, State of Michigan versus Calvin Ware. This matter is not yet scheduled. Mary Ann, I believe that concludes our 8:30 docket. We are now off the record. We will resume at 12:40, I do believe.